Shocker! Shocker! You can't escape me! I'll chase you to the ends of the earth!
I will always laugh at that crap for as long as I live. And there's already 15 of you in the chat. Holy crap, this is nuts. You guys are crazy, but clearly you are ready for tonight's episode of the Comic Shop Talk, the 79th one on top of that. Seriously, guys, this is crazy. And now we start the Comic Shop show and Shocker! I'm chasing the end of the earth. It's so good. It's seriously so good. Look at all you amazing faces already here. Vince Womack, Bush McFadden. How are you guys? Phantom Outsider, Lord Thoth. Hello. D. Bud Martin. How are you? Michelin O'Rourke Johansson. Hello. Critzable the Rainbow Knight. Hello. Oh my God. I love to see all these faces here early, right and ready. Dragon Smoke. What's up, Dragon Smoke? Nice to see you here. So, guys, we all know the deal tonight. It's part one of our Christmas special. Part one. Tonight is the media-based episode. Tonight, we're going to be talking a little bit of Justice League Comfort and Joy. A little Batman the Animated Series Christmas with the Joker. And, of course, a little Batman the Brave and the Bold Invasion of the Secret Santas. And maybe one or two surprises from the panelists. So, yeah, it should be good. Should be fun. And then next week, of course, we're going to be talking about the comic book-based stuff. Transformers comics, Spider-Man's Tangled Web. There'll be some Batman thrown in there. It's going to be all strictly back to source material next week. So let's enjoy this rare case of media-driven media for an episode tonight. It's going to be great. So thank you all for being here early and right away. What's up, Gonzalo Bergali? Let's get this show going on the road. Let's bring in the Iron Caster.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh, I forgot my hat.
How you doing?
Is it already Friday? Because I feel like this week has just gone by. And we're just getting close and close to the holidays. Like, we are into, like, one of the best parts of the year, I think.
We're in the end game now. As they once said, we're in the end game now. It's true. How you doing, though, man? I know you said it was a fast week. What's new in the Ironcaster world?
Oh, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Kind of got a couple coals in the fire. I'm working on some ideas down the line. Maybe I'll let you guys in on a little something later, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Okay, killer. Hello, lovely Sherry. Nice to see you here. Hopefully your night is going splendid. Let's bring in, of course, our other featured panelist here, Mr. Clobbering Times.
What's up, buddies? It's Clobbering Time. It's Christmas in time. Welcome, Caster and Nikki. What's up, buddy?
It's
Hello.
Christmas time.
Fantastic friends in the chat, my dear friends. Good to see you all. Hope you were feeling Christmassy tonight.
Mm-hmm. I'm feeling very merry. Feeling very merry. So
I wish Barry was here.
that was good. I like that.
You're feeling merry. I'm feeling bright.
Oh, he's feeling bright. That was good. I like that. All right.
Hey, guys.
Well,
go ahead.
No. I it sounded like you're onto a voice impression. Like,
we're just saying hello to somebody there. I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
Hey,
I was
Sherry.
like, yes, gotta have our fellow, one of the elite Legion of Memers,
Yes,
lead the way, because she's definitely probably one of the most barbaric Legion of Memers out there. It's not
Seems to
even
be feared.
close.
gotta love Sherry.
You got that
I fear
right.
her power.
You better. That is some Green Lantern's light type of power. All right.
Yes.
Pablo's not here yet. Fenrir's not here yet. But we got a gentleman here. You've seen on here a few times. He's a friend of the show, friend of the channel, good all around good guy. He's had some badass toys to show off, and tonight he's joining us to talk about some of these great classic DC Christmas cartoons. Mr.
Yes.
Dave, Steve, how
Hello.
you doing?
What's up, guys? What's up, chat? Good to be back. I'm excited. Thank you, Nick, for having me back on. I
My
appreciate
pleasure,
that.
man. Yes, sir. How
Yeah,
you doing? What's new in your world?
I luckily work a lot during Thanksgiving, so that's why I haven't really been around. But other than that, man, just trying to get out of this year on a good note. This is a good place to do it, man.
Good.
Just want to get out of this year. Let's move on to the next one.
All right, good. Well, we're gonna make tonight good. We're gonna make it great. It's gonna be excellent. All right. And yes, chat. It's gonna be. We got 13 of us here. Let's get a loud, resounding huge in the chat. Huge. Let's see those huges.
It's like in the Three Stooges or hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
It's just like that. Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah, there we go.
There
we
it
go.
is. There
Yeah.
Come on, Nick, give us like the position.
Here to save every one of us. Well, I am here to save every one of us. That's what I do. That is what heroes do.
And
I
he
like
saved every one of us. I think he's talking about Flash.
Oh, Flash should have been here to see. Yeah,
That's Flash. Yeah, I love that shirt, man.
all right.
Flash,
It is a glorious
huge.
shirt. Huge. How's it going, Keely Chow? I see you there as well. All right. Oh, here he is.
Howdy ho!
Pablo.
Pablo.
Yes.
It's that season again, everyone. Let's enjoy. Yeah,
Oh,
my voice break because
Let's all talk like this tonight, Pablo.
I will try, but also if I want to do the proper Mr. Hanky voice, I need to regulate the. Basically, I have an interface for the XLR microphone that has knobs to tune mids and lows and whatnot. It's really difficult to actually.
Christmas spirit.
Yeah, but actually getting the
Like
voice.
the red tornado.
If I use the microphone without any adjustment, it actually sounds kind of right. If I try to use the settings that I have, sounds like Mr. Hanky if he had constipation. So
Wow.
yeah, I know my Mr. Hanky sounds terrible, but it's partly fault of the setup. The other part is because I suck at voices, but that's life.
You soak up voices. That's hot.
Well, clearly, you got to do something about that. See,
We
I've been
are
working on my
gonna-
voices too in the past week. In fact, I've been working on my Mr. Freeze.
Oh, let's show off that Freezy
Do it.
voice. Do it.
I have to get into the proper mood. And
I
what better voice than this for the Christmas spirit?
love it. I love it, Victor. Thank you very, very much, Sir Victor of the Freezes. This is the comfort and joy that I needed. That's the comfort and joy I needed.
Love that,
I had to.
Yeah, love it. And I love that what you got up there.
Aaron, how you
Ironcaster.
doing?
Hey, Aaron of Alexander.
Yes, welcome. All right, right on time. You know what,
Hey
guys?
there.
I like it a lot.
We got a good amount of people in here.
Hello.
We got a good amount of people in here. I'd say since we're 10 minutes in, we got a good amount of people in here. We can get before we get the first episode we talk about. Let's get our drinks up, guys.
Which one is it?
Oh, it's that time of the night. All right.
Yeah.
16 of you here in the. Oh, I'm waiting.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Do you remember that I was saying that I could not get eggnog because it was not on sale anywhere? I went to a fancy supermarket, the ones that you will get your jamon serrano and whatnot. You know, the shit that rich people get.
Yeah.
Here's
They
a bottle
got
of
it?
eggnog. So I'm
Dude.
opening it
Wow.
for you guys today.
Nice.
Yep.
We're high rollers
Or-
tonight.
I
Yeah,
usually have to donate
Obviously,
plasma
in
to
the
get that.
in the marble cup because
dude.
Extra fancy.
extra fancy and
Oh, that sounds awesome, Heron. That sounds
Ah,
great. I'd like to
good.
try that. Yeah.
Like
What's up, dearest? I see you here in the chat. So this time of
So-
year. No, he should love this night. All right, guys. If you got them, drink them. This is to all the supporters of the Comic Shop Show. 18 of you in here. Cheers, Stephen M. How are you? Thank you for being here. Drink them if you got them. Merry Christmas. Let's drink and let's talk about some cartoons.
Yeah, there we go.
Mm.
I'm drinking to the Marvel family because I like what Ironcaster has them on there.
Yeah. Right.
Captain America.
We have
Shazam.
got to add a little proper Marvel. And
I
it's
love that.
unfortunate
Real
we
deal
weren't able
Marvel.
to get them in with this.
Hmm?
It's unfortunate we weren't able to get them into the rotation of stuff for this week. So, or really this year, it looks like. But
Maybe we can get one of their comics. Maybe we can pop it in next week. I'll see what I can do.
Right.
You know what's so great about this? There's a delay on the camera for the Roku, so I get to drink twice.
Very
Ooh, wow.
dudes, this thing is actually really good.
How
Not
was it?
sponsor it or anything. If you ever come to Ecuador, Rompope by Shumir is eggnog. They make a limited release each year, and it goes like $8.
Nice, but it's worth it though, right?
Dude, $8 is really cheap for alcohol. I will normally get a good bottle of, let's say, something like Bailey's for
Mhm.
$50. So this
Mhm.
is just a portion of that, and I'm liking it. I will keep drinking it through the night.
Good.
That's all I will
That's what I
say.
like to hear. That's what I like to hear. Good. That's what's up, Pablo. Even though you said this morning, I don't know, and then here you are, many hours later, you turned it
Yeah.
around and you made it happen, despite
talk
all
about
odds.
a character art.
There's
Right?
there's a story behind of all of that because I yesterday I went to see Avatar, right? So I was like, I need some things from the drugstore. I entered the drugstore. Everything else is on 20% off for the next 2 days, and I see this.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Looks
let's
like
zoom
He-Man.
in on that.
So
Let's
for
zoom in
a
on
long,
that.
long time, I wanted.
Hey,
When I was a kid, I wanted this figure, but for economical reasons, I never got it.
Mhm.
A lot of years later, I found this, and it was $20. So I was like, I need to get into the movie and everything, so I will not buy it right away. But I went back today. I actually got it, and I got eggnog, and life is good. So, and this one I will be opening on next week episode because for
Ooh.
You should have gotten. You should have gotten Skeletor.
there was not a Skeletor. If there was an Skeletor, I would have purchased it both. But I found something also ridiculous the other day that I wanted to open today. So
Okay.
let's call it a teaser. I will open it later. But
Ooh, 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 ooh. It's the actual. Ooh, I like that Green Goblin on there too.
yeah, is one of those knockoffs. This was $4.
Okay.
Oh,
Nice.
And if you see that Green Goblin, it doesn't look like the Green Goblin at all.
He's got his man purse.
Yeah, that he has, but he has the ears and everything.
He's riding
But
a bull? What is that?
I have no idea. This is a Chinese knockoff. The Chinese people don't really care about canon, but they do some awesome toys. So later tonight, I will be opening this.
I like it. I like it. Oh, it's great. No, looking forward to it, dude. All right. So I guess we'll get into the first one here. This was obviously from the cartoon Batman, the Brave and the Bold.
Oh yeah.
This is
Love
in
it.
my opinion, very
Yep.
I feel like it was appreciated, but not appreciated to the extent it should have gotten. So I guess you could say it was more or less overlooked. People,
Mhm.
well,
Not
the
by
people
me.
who knew about it, like Clubby, really liked it. Absolutely loved it. I see Krampus
I love this
Jeebus
show.
and Stuart Mitchell. How you guys doing? But
This show was my happy
today,
place. I love it so
I can
much.
see why. Because here's one thing that this show did right. The same way, like, you know, how like Spider-Man the animated series and what was it, Spectacular Spider-Man? Like animated series had all the guest appearances, but Spectacular had the story and the action. Whereas obviously Batman the animated series had the action and the grit. This one had the larger DC universe acknowledged, and that's what worked very well for the show. Almost every episode was that much greater DC universe, especially on the hero side. And
Yeah.
this is one of the episodes that I originally did not catch in this time. So it wasn't until a few days ago that I caught this
Oh, really?
particular
Wow.
episode for my very first time. And
Oh my!
after catching it, I was kicking myself because I'd seen like the ones with the Doom Patrol, Blue Beetle.
Right.
Obviously, Blue Beetle's in this one, but I'm talking about where he's the main star. So it's kind of like, how did I miss this one? Like, I don't know how, but I'm glad.
I can tell you partially.
because-
They only aired it one
No.
time, I think, on when it was originally on Cartoon Network.
Oh, that's a big deal. So I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm beating myself over the head because I'm in love with what I'm watching. It's not just even though it's a Batman show, I feel like the story in this episode is just as much about Red Tornado as it is about Batman. And I was just so blown away by the story and what Red Tornado, he started off as this robot who's trying to understand the meaning of Christmas. And obviously he encountered people who were in the spirit, you know, families. And because he's a robot and robots really can't have like emotions and feelings and such, he's trying to understand them. And I thought, wow, that's actually a really interesting arc. And to see how he tries to get into the spirit was absolutely entertaining. And to have a really oddball villain like Funhouse in there, I love the action. I love the nods and references too. Like obviously, we'll just say the mug. I was like, I stood up in joy when I saw the mug and what it said. I thought that was such a great callback, of course, to that reference. I love this episode. It made me like an even bigger fan of Red Tornado. And today we are 2 days away from the anniversary of its premiere date, because the original premiere date was December 18th of 2008.
Whoa.
So yeah, so big deal here. So 14 years, almost 2 days to 14 years this episode is. I love this episode. It had a lot of action. It had humor in the right spots. It had the right like Christmassy type of emotion. You had character development on all fronts between Batman and Red Tornado. Like there's even some moments where I was just like, oh man, that's really sad and unfortunate. But so it gives you all the feelings of what you would get from watching, I guess you could say like a legendary old school Christmas movie. Where it's like It's a Wonderful Life or Home Alone. Like you get all those emotions. It brings it back to a wonderful tied in a bow type of not ending. So I rank this high for me. I'm gonna go. I'm reaching for the stars with this one. I'm gonna go with a strong 9.4 out of 10 on this episode. So
yeah,
I loved it. I seriously, and I watched it again. And I put it in front of my older daughter, and she loved it. She was in love with it, and she was over the moon about Red Tornado. Not
Nice.
Yeah. So big bonus there. So, anyways, that's what I got to say about this episode. Ironcastle, go for it.
Yeah, no, this episode was an absolute Christmas delight to get to. I had to stop this I had to stop the episode and rewind it at a part because I was laughing so hard when after Red Tornado saves the kids from the truck slipping on the ice, and they're going on about, oh, this is the Christmas spirit, and Red Tornado's like, I don't understand the Christmas spirit. And the little girl looks up and says, of course you don't. You're just a robot.
You're just a robot.
The robot. Yeah.
You know, that's how we get Skynet. Maybe that girl should rethink her approach.
He's a good robot, though.
And to think Skynet was averted because he got the Christmas spirit.
Yes.
Aw.
Right? That's what I mean. It captures the sad parts. It captures the happy parts. It captures the part where like they realize where things went wrong at one point in time in their life and to where they are now. It brings it so well, like it brings it all back effortlessly. Carry on, Caster.
Absolutely. Stuart Mitchell, what's up, buddy? Long time no see.
Hello, Stuart.
Oh,
Hello, Massgrave. Go ahead, Caster.
I Red Tornado is a character I really know very little about. Of course, it's also comes from a place that I don't know DC far as well as I do Marvel. I was always a Marvel kid, so it's just kind of a show like this was always nice for me because it was a chance to get to see some lesser characters. Like I would say this series is probably the most I've seen of Red Tornado, and it makes me want to go and read up on the character. I mean. I like the series overall because one of my favorite DC characters, Plastic Man, is a big recurring character in it. But to this episode, I freaking love it. It is it has a lot of those kind of classic DC elements that I do know of. And, I love the voice of Batman in it. The fact that he nearly blows himself up, saving the day, and he gets that tingle of Christmas spirit.
Also, the tingle, yeah.
Also,
you know,
the fact
that tingle means you need to change the power supply.
If you start to tingle, see a repairman. Well, if you start to tingle, I see a repairman.
He's hit his 5,000 miles.
That's what Batman said to him in the episode. Yeah.
Though I do have to point out and ask, like, when Star Lab shows up at the end, they're all wearing hazmat suits, collecting all the toys.
That was a little weird.
Like, should the families be evacuated? Because they don't have hazmat suits on, like, Star Lab's employees.
No, there's a couple of questions from this episode and the episode on the Justice League that do the bad guys actually know how much money they are spending to just commit lame thievery? I mean it.
I'm gonna go to the effort. I'm the toy man. Or I'm sorry, what was the villain?
Funhouse.
He's basically based on the second Toy Man, Jack Kimball or something. Kimball, whatever he was. He looks a lot like. They did it because they just weren't able to use. They weren't going to use Toy Man and call him that for things going on at the time with Superman's Rogues Gallery legal stuff. So they just made a Funhouse for this episode. It was
They make him really quite inclusive, if you know what I mean. Yeah, the character here is quite effusive about something. It's like him from the Powerpuff Girls. That's it.
Because like I really only my real exposure to the Toy Man, the Toy Master, is that old Cartoon Network bumper where he's going, "I demand more toys." When someone really wants more pants.
How about those toys that came alive, dude? Like, if you think of it, that was like a darker element of the show, but it still worked in the context of the episode because I was like, wow, this really couldn't work on many other properties, but it worked very well in this one. Because you still see like the kids were still able to figure out at first, it obviously it turns their I guess you could say the Christmas dreams, but then you realize at the end they all realize, okay, these were bad toys. And Batman and Red Tornado are stopping it. I thought that was cool that everyone understood, like, rather than people being all mournful. Because if it came out in, I'll just say it, Zack Snyder world, they would probably blame Batman for why the toys came out. They would just say, it's your fault, these toys came out. They would do some weird subverted crap. So at least here they gave it the real golden age, what I could call a golden age ending.
I really like the callback to Santa Claus Conquers the Martians in the
That was
episode.
hilarious. Yeah.
Yes. Oh god, this was so much fun. This is I gotta say my second favorite of the 4.
Okay. Awesome.
And that's gonna be my ranking. I'm gonna give it number 2.
Okay. No, it's all good, man. All good. All right. So we got a super chat here from Lisa for $5. Says, "Hail Nikki and panel. Merry Christmas. Let's raise a glass to peace on earth. Cheers." I will gladly raise a glass to that. Thank you for $5, Lisa. Cheers to you. Merry Christmas. I appreciate it. And cheers to all 26 of you in the chat. Holy crap. I love it. Let's keep the show rolling.
Salud.
And then Phantom Outsider, great comment here, says, in the 60s, both Vision and Red Tornado were treated fairly badly with being called robot, with Vision having actual human memory patterns based on Simon Williams and Reddy always sacrificed himself. Yeah, no. Good touch there, Phantom Outsider. Appreciate the input.
Yep. Remember, guys, even androids can cry.
Even an android can cry. And boy, Red Tornado, they almost came out exactly around the same time. Red Tornado actually came out a little bit before Division, publishing wise, but they're very different in a lot of ways. Although similar as well. They're
Oh yeah, they both have the similarities.
How these coincidences happen in comics is incredible.
Oh yeah, right.
Just like the Doom Patrol, like sort of coming around like a couple of weeks before X-Men. It's strange.
Totally not coincidence. Totally not. So, anyways, Clobby, why don't you have a go at this episode? You know this episode better than all of us. What's up, Kitty Bear?
I love it. Hey there, Kitty Bear. Hey there, Lisa. I love this episode. It's beautiful. Like you said, it really it's touching, and it's also a lot of fun. This is, you're right. It's very much red. It's very, it's almost as much Red Tornado as it is Batman. But there's some really great character stuff for Batman in this one. I love Batman Brave and the Bold. Like I said, it's my happy place. Batman animated series is the greatest definitive Batman cartoon ever. But as far as the Batman that does have a lighter side, this is, as the creators of this show, James Tucker and Michael Jelinek have even said in their last episode, they called it, they admit it, they called it in the episode, a love letter to Silver Age comics. They should have also said Bronze Age, because of course the Bronze Age is where a lot of Brave and Bold also existed. The Brave and Bold comic where Batman, for about 100 some odd issues, dominated that comic, teaming up with other heroes. There's almost not an episode where you see anything to do with Bruce Wayne. It's always Batman, and it's always Batman teaming up with other superheroes, and it's all business superheroes. And this one, like I said, it didn't get a lot. I think it only aired once or maybe even twice on Cartoon Network, I want to say. But of course, it became something that I watch almost just about every year amongst my cartoon superhero watching. It is very touching. It's kind of funny that they just made up Funhouse because of kind of things going on with, for example, the first couple of years, they couldn't really show Superman, or at least they couldn't have him in. Then eventually, the last season, Superman shows up. So they couldn't use a Toyman. They couldn't use Toyman because he was part of the Superman, rogues and stuff like that, mildly connected to him. So they do that. They just made up Funhouse. He looks almost exactly like the second Toyman from the old Super Friends cartoon, which was a nice little throwback. So Funhouse is an interesting, weird villain. They used him in the comics based on this a little bit after this, in some of the comics based on the cartoon. But it's so much fun. And again, there's a bit runs through it. Of course, I guess we're spoiling, right? I mean, we're just talking about it. Yeah,
we're going all the way with it.
The stuff where Batman is having the flashbacks of himself as young Bruce Wayne with his parents. And being given a toy from his father and acting like a spoiled brat about it, like so many of us probably did when we didn't get what we want. That stuff right there was, again, one of the most moving things about the episode. That's why this show was so good. I've always said this about Batman Brave and the Bold, because it's not just called Brave and the Bold, it's called Batman the Brave and the Bold. In 2008, when the Dark Knight movie came out with Christopher Nolan, this was a time when there was still some sanity left at Warner. We know there's none now, but You had this movie coming out, right? And they said, well, this is for grown-ups. I mean, this is for, you can't really, we have nothing to market to children for this. And Batman, I'm sorry, hate to break it to it. I'm a biggest fanboy as anyone. Superheroes are for children, first and foremost.
They are.
So,
I agree.
This cartoon was contracted, and these guys went to Michael Jelinek and James Tucker, and they said, you need to make us a cartoon where we can sell toys. I don't care what you do. We want to sell toys. And they said, sure. But these guys, the thing is, James Tucker in particular loves Silver and Bronze Age comics. Every episode is filled to the brim with references upon references to classic old comics. And what I love about it is, again, this cartoon just does it in a fun way. I've always said that this show is for 8-year-olds and 50-year-old 8-year-olds.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
It's totally for that. I mean, people who want to see, there's even an episode where they make fun of the Bat Bros who only want Batman to beat people up and be bloody and be dark and brooding. This one even covers that. Batman, and yet what's funny about it is still Batman himself. Yes, the art's cartoony. Yes, he has silly adventures and silly stories, and he never stops acting like the Dark Knight detective Batman, though. He never gets campy. I love Adam West. That's how all of my geekness started, but he doesn't act like the Adam West Batman. You'll notice he always acts like serious Batman in these ridiculous situations and even in these ridiculous episodes. And this whole theme of this one is like, crime doesn't take holidays, and neither do I. We all know Kevin Conroy is the GOAT when it comes to the Batman voice, but Dietrich Bader is fantastic as well, does a great job.
Excellent.
He's my second favorite of the animated voices. And this one, again, the running theme throughout the episode with young Bruce is just terrific. With it's a fun, imaginative story. Castor mentioned the hilarious reference to Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. That was great. I love that. And it was kind of fun to see that. Again, when I thought I wouldn't have, if you'd have said, if they do a Christmas episode of Batman Brave and the Bold, which character would they use? Last one I would have thought would have been Red Tornado, which is so cool about it. They've used him well on this show before. They had a great episode that, where they covered some of his original origin, like the Tornado Tyrant and stuff like that. He has a very long and murky history. He's the Silver Age, the Silver later and post Bronze Age Red Tornado, because he's nothing like the original Golden Age Tornado. But anyway, this episode is thoroughly entertaining, absolute fun. Any of you out there, if you have access to HBO Max, because they're on there or wherever, Batman the Brave and the Bold is just, this episode, it goes by really quickly. It's filled with just so much fun, so much, again, it's just, I don't know, this is holiday stuff. This is prime Christmas superhero stuff. Now I'll shut up because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
No, dude, that was well said. Like Thought said in the chat, leave it to Clubby to speak the gospel. You did it and then some, man. Thank you. That was absolutely awesome to hear. What's up, Zakrot? I see you there in the chat. And we got a new subscriber, Matt Patira. Thank you for subscribing.
Hey,
Appreciate
Matt.
it. Thank you for being here and listening to our show. So welcome also to the panel, Mr. Ice Wolf. Fenrir, how are you?
Hey there, boys. Sorry for the delay. I was kind of busy getting good.
You're good, dude. You're good, man.
Yeah,
You're right on time for the fun for this episode.
Yeah, I got right here in the best moment with the Brave and the Bold. Gotta say, the cartoon was amazing and truly great, because it really, as Clubby said, it was ridiculous, but it took itself serious, just like a comic book should.
Yep.
You know what? Well, while we're here, Fenrir, why don't you talk about the episode?
Well, I'm pretty sure you boys already said that enough, but I can only say one thing. Children in superhero cartoons are dicks.
Say that again.
What do you say?
Children in superhero cartoons are bastards.
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah. That's the majority of it. But yeah, I really love Tornado's story in this, and just how when he tried to be Christmassy, people just told him that he was a weirdo. I love Tornado in this. He just tries too hard because he just doesn't get it. You just gotta love that.
You felt it for him, but you felt it for him. That's the beauty of it. Yeah. You felt it for, because you get to tell he really wanted to understand, because he saw how excited it made others, and he wanted to feel that same excitement.
Yeah. I also
absolutely,
felt that when that family, also felt when that family shut the door in his face because kind of been there
Well, it's
once.
because they didn't know it was him. Because this is something a lot of people tend to forget. When he first meets that family, he was Red Tornado. When he goes to her house as a caroler, he's in his
Right.
his human
The
face.
human
John
disguise.
John Smith ready outfit. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I forgot one thing. If you indulge me, Nick,
Go
I
for
forgot
it.
the opening
for it.
teaser was kind of fun with Blue Beetle with a golden age
Yes.
villain called Sportsmaster, voiced by
Yes,
Back to the Future's
Sportsmaster.
Tom Wilson. Back to the Future, Biff, voicing
That's
that character.
No, that was Biff.
Yeah, forgot to mention that earlier.
No,
That was a fun bit.
dude,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Seriously, that's literally one of the best things about
Biff.
Brave and the Bold. They
Yeah,
grab
Biff had a
these
lot of
obscure
cameos.
characters.
Yeah.
They bring these obscure characters and do the best thing with them.
Yes.
Yeah, but that fight at the beginning, that plan is one of the ones that I went. Are those villains really stupid? What are they doing? Just think about all the materials you need to encase people into bowling pins made of acrylic. Acrylic is really expensive, and you actually need to make custom made everything is crazy expensive. To
Yeah.
rob the money from a bowling ball tournament, dude, just scale things a little. If you need to
Right.
spend a couple tens of thousands of dollars to gain a couple of tens of hundreds of dollars, you are doing something really wrong. Maybe that's why you need to be a villain.
All right.
Sportsmaster's a dumbass. What can I tell you?
So Vince, I
Golden age villain.
am aware that Tom Wilson is a comedian. There's a town not far from me that has one of the biggest malls in the United States, and he actually did a stand-up show at the comedy club at the mall. And I know a few friends of mine who went, and they said he was so funny, and they said what was more impressive about it is they said he only swore one time. He said he only said damn once, and yet he was so amazingly hilarious. So I know people who went to that show, that was the day that show happened, was the day I learned he was doing comedy, because if I had known in advance, I would have tried to have gone. But I didn't know. And
cool.
also I would never associated Biff with comedy. But yeah, I hear he's really good at it. And I do gotta look up his YouTube channel. Also, welcome Captain James T. Skywalker. How are you? So all right, let's have our guest go, Mr. Dave.
Hey.
Talk about this episode.
I totally agree with Clobby, Ironcaster, and you. This is one of the best ones, but I'm going to say that because it sticks with the Christmas theme. There's no argument as to whether it's a Christmas movie, like people talk about Die Hard and all that, but this is definitely a Christmas show because of Red Tornado. And whether they meant to pick Red Tornado or not, like Clobby mentioned, I think it was an excellent choice because he's not human. When he tries to do the carol song, like you just mentioned, you feel for him. You're like, damn, man, she's trying to sing to these people. And they're like, yeah, get the out of here.
It's just great and
yeah,
cold.
And you feel for him because he's trying. You have to look past the fact that how can he have feelings? If you're a kid watching this, you don't really know that. If we're all of us, then we kind of know to have to look through it. But you get the action, you get the callback on Batman, like a 1 minute, 2 minute origin story that they don't delve too much into because God knows we don't need that again. But if you've never watched these shows before, if you've been new to it, especially Brave and the Bold, Nick asked me a long time ago, what would you recommend to somebody? And I'm nowhere near as good as you guys or been around that long to recommend comic books. One of the things I did say was watch Brave and the Bold DC animation. Mm-hmm. And that was a long time ago when I mentioned that because they bring in all these other characters. You get the Batman and you get somebody new. So if you've never seen Red Tornado, this is this is like one of the best ones to pick.
Yeah.
It's got everything in it, especially the Christmas spirit.
Yes. No.
But there's still a lot of action, and it's what else more can you say? I mean, you can pick through a lot of it and stuff like that. I got a ton of notes, but those little characters, what were those Presto Play Pals.
Yeah,
They were scared the crap out of those little kids, man.
Yeah. Is that like
You know,
a
it's
jingle
like-
on the way, jingle all the way type of deal?
Yeah, I was waiting
Turbo
for
Man.
somebody to just give one of them the boot, but it didn't happen. So at least I don't remember it happened. I was one just like smash one of them would have been hilarious, but oh well. So I'm gonna save a little bit more for the next one of the next
Okay.
ones coming
Okay.
up.
No, that sounds good.
But
We got-
it's number one for me because of the Christmas theme and it sticks to it.
Oh, okay.
That's one of the biggest things I wanted to say.
Yeah. Are we ranking these, by the way?
Well,
I haven't even
wasn't
thought.
going
I've
to.
been scoring it, but I've not ranked it. But you
I'm
guys,
not
do,
ranking
if you
it,
want to
but-
rank it, that's fine.
As
Okay,
far
that's
as
cool.
yeah, as far as like argument, it's like I said before, there's no argument that this is a Christmas episode.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah,
it's
I
not
also
just
respect
at Christmas. It is a Christmas episode. So
Indeed.
it's the number one because I'll have something to say about another one that we're going to cover later. So
Okay, awesome. Well, Pablo, you've been patient, so go for it.
Dude, there's so many things from Blue Beetle. By the way, I love that they actually went with it. This will be the third Blue Beetle. First one is Egyptian curse. Second one is tech, and third one is the one that inherits the tech, right? So yeah, this will be the third Blue Beetle, and he's just a kid, and he's annoying, and he's really clumsy, and that actually works really well with Batman. That is just basically trained to be perfection, to don't waste any movement. So the both styles being portrayed, and the fact that Batman had at least three good points where he could have made a joke, that Blue Beetle will have triggered a joke just instantly. For example, when he takes somebody with the bowling ball and nobody says a strike, but you can see Blue Beetle's face like, oh, okay, he's not saying that. Let's keep fighting. But, so that dynamic between the two actually really works. The Brave and the Bold chose a lot of characters that work really well with Batman. The other side is Red Tornado, that is obviously a robot, so doesn't have emotions. Batman is the one that was portraying the one without emotions before. So now you have that contrast. No, Batman is the one that tries to convey the sense of emotions to Red Tornado. And it's like, dude, in front of Blue Beetle, you are deader inside than a robot. And really, are you the one that will try to show Christmas cheer? But okay, let's try it. And let's be honest, Batman fails at that completely. The few things that Red Tornado actually learns about Christmas in the episode are from the kids and from the family. He doesn't learn anything from Batman. I think, yeah, Batman didn't even want to think about Christmas when he has the trauma. In this version, his parents gave him the toy before going to the theater, so it should have even more impact because he was not just scared, he was a brat. The death of his parents was his fault, not only a random accident. So that is really more heavy if you think about it. It's one of the most let's say traumatic versions of those events, because this will actually carry a lot of extra guilt and a lot of extra pain that, goddamn, to be one series where bullets means nothing and a lot of things work without physics whatsoever, this was quite realistic and adult.
Yeah, yeah. Pablo, what's interesting about this episode, other than the brilliant episode about his origin called Chill of the Night, this one has more Batman pathos than any other. Most of the time, they don't have a lot of Batman, what you would call pathos, in terms of dealing with his emotions or things that have gone on in his past. Almost never. In this, they do. Those flashbacks we were talking about. And then, like when Red Tornado asks him, why do you dislike Christmas? He goes, I don't dislike Christmas. I dislike crime. It just boom. And then even at the end, when he's kind of happy and he gets the present from Alfred, he goes, Thanks. Merry Christmas, Alfred. Then he goes, but Christmas crime doesn't take holidays, and neither do
Yeah,
I.
and he goes back to action. And that's really good.
That was perfect dialogue, straight up.
Yes.
And that's the point. The fun of the episode is basically Batman trying to show something that he doesn't even have himself.
Right.
And that works really well on the tone.
Yes.
The fact that the villain was so flamboyant and let's say it was really effeminate, but that actually worked. Why? Because it was an over-the-top situation where you have two people that have no emotion whatsoever. It's impossible to really understand them on a human connection level because, let's be honest, Batman is as stoic as an android. And you had the villain that was completely the opposite and was all flamboyant and energy and happiness and toys and dude.
Yeah.
They went ahead with this one full force and actually they knocked it out of the park. I will say it's an 9.3 easily.
Woo!
Oh yeah. Hey, I got a question, Nick.
I'm with you there, buddy.
Do you think that the beginning of the show is a knock on Indiana Jones when he says archaeology is boring?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
You guys caught that, right?
Oh,
I've been
I
waiting
caught
to see if anybody brings it up, but I caught that. I just wanted to see if we were all thinking the same here.
I got another reference.
absolutely.
I forgot to mention earlier but if you look at this book here, when he's learning about the Holy Spirit, the author is Stuart Martha.
Yep.
Stuart Martha.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I had a good chuckle. I saw my
Right, is that
Stuart Martha?
By the way,
was that a bit on Martha Stewart?
Yes, exactly.
Yes. But the students on his class are completely retards. I don't know how he's passing them. They are supposed to be on college. They see their professor that has glowing eyes and talks like a robot and disappears when the goddamn robot appears in the window. And they are like, nothing is happening. Everything is all right. Dude.
You know, I could see Phantom
That feels like
Outsider's
most
point.
college students, Pablo.
I could see Phantom Outsider's point too. At first I think of Indiana Jones, but I could see that because there are identities of Hawkman that have the archaeology, there. So I could see that too.
Right?
I could see that.
Yeah, but I take it as a shot at Indiana Jones. He's the more famous archaeologist by far.
Oh,
yes.
Oh,
how
yeah,
many people? How many people, unless an extreme Hawkman fan, knows that even knows he's an archaeologist or relates Hawkman to archaeology? Carter Hall. I mean, only a fan would know that, but everyone knows Indiana Jones is one.
I forgot about it. I thought maybe long time ago. It sounds familiar, but I'm not even going to claim that I do. It would be something new to me.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's not what you think of when you think of Hawkman, right?
I would never know that he was an archaeologist. No, not unless you've been around for a long time. And
right.
Yeah,
even for me, I wouldn't know that.
The thing is that they have changed so much of the character, including the origin, that is no longer important. It's exactly the same that with Blue Beetle. Before it was an Egyptian curse from a tomb. And yes, the archaeologist gets the curse and becomes a superhero, basically. And then it was from space, and there was a whole war outside and everything, and it was a clusterfuck.
Yeah.
But in that period, they just disappeared that part of the origin, and they don't mention the archaeology anymore. And I think that has happened with Hawkman a lot too, because, well, he's just a guy with wings that hits people with a mace. Nobody really cares about his past because he's alien tech. But that's a disservice to the character as it was originally. I think even on the Green Lantern, sometimes I miss the magical lantern and the guy with the pajamas.
Yeah, I mean, when you think of Hawkman and you have a conversation about him, I might not even think about him being an archaeologist for 2 minutes into the conversation. And someone says, "Isn't he an archaeologist?" Oh, yeah, he was. Sure. Yeah. Okay, but it's not something that comes to the forefront. Whereas Indiana Jones, it's glaring. I mean, it's big deal.
No, I always about the Thanagar thing with Hawkman.
Yeah, the thing is that Indiana's heroism is the is completely part of his job. He is basically rescuing treasures that would have been fallen into just oblivion, and he's bringing them back so people can know about their history. That's his job as a professor and as an archaeologist. So that's his
Right.
heroism. That part, his job is the key to his character being a hero. In the other ones, the key to the characters being a hero is that they are superheroes. So the other part of being an archaeologist and everything else is just a cover up. Is meaningless. In Indiana Jones is the core of the character. That's the
Yep.
difference.
Yeah, no, well said. I that was actually a really great Hawkman tangent we went on. I loved it.
Wow. Yeah, I was
Seriously,
sorry.
that was
sorry
awesome.
to derail the stream.
No. That's
Dave
if
missed
you want,
this,
if you're gonna derail a show,
was
that's
great.
how you derail
I
it.
just-
That's how you
I was
derail a
wondering-
show.
I was waiting in. Yeah, I was waiting to see if anybody was going to mention it. So I threw
No,
it
it's
in
good.
there. I
Good
was
one.
like, oh.
I forgot about that.
So
Well done.
Well, all right,
You beat
guys.
Clavi
Well,
to
this is
something.
the part.
Yes.
We
Thank you, guys.
we move on over to obviously
All right.
an
Now we're
all-time
getting into it.
an
Now we're
all-time great with
Yay.
Batman the animated series, Christmas with the
Oh, boy.
Joker.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Oh,
man.
I guess I'll lead off, but this episode I have watched almost my entire living existence. So this episode came out in 1992, around November of 92.
Right.
And I remember this opening title card credit really stuck out to me, the imagery of it. And not only was it this title that stuck out with, but it also was the start of an anthem that I would say in place of Jingle Bells as a kid a lot. We all know that legendary song. And I just remember the silliness of Joker's plot and seeing what's going on, what happens when Batman's trying to take a night off and all Robin wants to do is stay at home and watch It's a Wonderful Life. And once again, another episode where you see Batman's how Batman copes with himself. Really, it's really an episode of how you see him cope with himself during this type of holiday, because he doesn't want to watch a movie with that type of title, because to him it's always about the fight, no matter what, no matter what holiday is. It doesn't matter if there's a tidal wave. It's all about being the crime fighter, the detective for him.
There's
I can never
something.
get past the title.
Yeah, exactly. There's something on that moment that is really, really special about Batman, because at least on this series, he is on that mindset that nothing is really good per se, or nothing is really wholesome. His mindset is in, no, everything needs to be related to my mission. My mission is destroying
Yes.
crime. This
Yes.
is absolutely a lie. So he cannot tolerate the fact that It's a Wonderful Life is a concept, because life cannot be wonderful because there's criminals outside. So his mind, the way that is so twisted to thinking the only way to have actual peace on the earth, or have something really happy happening, is stopping a bad guy randomly on the street and beating him. And that's the most
Seriously, his
Batman thing you can
nihilistic
think.
self-destruction is the most hilarious thing about this entire.
Dude, the Batman on this series, and I watching basically I watched the 3 episodes on a line. I watched like it was a Saturday morning.
Okay,
Pablo,
good.
since
yeah.
you're here, why don't you talk about this episode? Go ahead.
Oh, okay. First thing that I noticed is the contrast between the Brave and the Bold and this one. The animated series is way darker, is way more
Mhm.
serious,
Oh yeah.
and to be honest, is way more mature in a lot of the ways that
Oh,
handles everything. But I don't know if I prefer it. Maybe it's because even in the Brave and the Bold, that Batman has the from face mask like the Adam West series, so he looks more toony in a way, more samey. But this Batman is more brutal, way more dark, way more into just being depressed,
Mhm.
and that's somehow funny in this episode because of the Joker, because the Joker is an asshole about that. He's just
Oh man. Oh,
It's the
Mhm.
Joker, dude.
oh,
yeah.
let me tear
Uh,
into the Joker on this one, Nick.
there's that moment when the lady that the Joker kidnapped says, "But my grandmother is in the train," and the Joker
My
is
mother, yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, that will
That's Summer
make it
Gleason.
only funnier. And I'm like,
Yeah,
that's the Joker. The Joker is so twisted. That's why I
Yes.
dislike a lot of representations of the Joker, because the Joker seems the fun of just carnage, of just massacring people, just destroying lives, absolutely seeing people break
He
mentally and
embodies
physically.
the word demon.
Yeah, he's absolutely crazy joyful about doing that. His happiness is almost a child glee coming out of him every single time things go worse that he will have anticipated. So that moment for me was like, God damn, that's the Joker. That's perfect Joker. And I love that that was on the episode. There's some things that I found maybe too just to wrap up the episode, the way that the Joker is in the cell on Arkham and everything, it was just too quick, too fast. There was not the time to savor the win for Batman. But if you think about it, Batman will not celebrate the win. He will go to the next case. So kind of brand. I'm just saying in an episode of an animation that is more to the kid side, I would have had a bit more of time enjoying, savoring the thing, and having Batman just watching the movie at the end
Mhm.
is not enough. You need at least seeing him with a bit of cheer, but that never happens. He remains absolutely dry serious, even though he has seen the movie. I guess the movie was not that great.
I love the movie, but here's the thing. He says at the end, it has its moments.
Yes.
That nice line.
yeah. I
And
love the
you
movie. Yeah.
want yeah, and I love it too. Now, another thing that and this is something I want to bring into this scene here. Batman sees the fight everywhere he goes, even where there is no fight. Wherever he goes
Mhm.
to him, he sees a fight. And this was one of those ones
Yes.
where this guy comes up, which it made sense if you think about it. You see a guy run up to an old lady, in the middle of dark of night. You would think, oh, that looks like a red flag. And really, he's just say, hey, you dropped this gift. He gave it to the lady. It turned out that it was not a guy who's looking to take money or her purse. It was just he's trying to give back something that belonged to her. So Batman sees the fight and everything. And to be fair, that's when you're someone who I guess you could say you work in law enforcement or obviously for Batman. I've talked to a few people who've worked in those departments, and they say the best and worst thing about the job is seeing things that sometimes are not always there, because you always see the worst in things even when it's not there, because that's part of your job. You have to look for the wrong things. So I can imagine, yeah, it's definitely not going to be easy having that position, because yeah, and for all you know, it could be just a big misdirect. So no, I see RDS mentioned, is this before computer animation? This is a bit
Oh,
before that. there's
Pretty
there's
much.
early there's early bits and pieces of it, and like I guess like you could say Spider-Man. Personally, I love the style. Like I love the style, but that's a whole other
There's
conversation for another day.
bits of computer animation here and there, especially for backgrounds, but there's nothing that will look like the city on Spider-Man the animated series that was that hideous 3D that now it feels actually refreshing. Rewatch those series.
Mhm.
The 3D on Spider-Man the animated series has aged a lot better because it feels so off. That sensation is something that we should cherish. We know that was made on computer. Maybe it's good that we know that was made on computer. Just said, but on the animated series, on Batman the animated series, there's a bit of that for some crazy stuff, but most of it is hand. It's
Mhm.
actual animation. It's real manly animation, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Anything else, Pablo?
Uh, that will be it. I just enjoy Batman being in this version. He's dark, he's brooding, he's still not that hyper violent vigilante that we now have on comics that beats people up just viciously.
Mhm.
He's still just Batman. Yeah, he is dark, but he's not moping and he's not aggressive. He's just doing his job, and his job is justice.
It's justice. All right, Captain James T brings a great conversation here. It says it shows the value of having Robin as a counterpart to the dark. Yes, I agree, Captain. This is a
Yeah,
great
that is
comment here.
Yes.
that is very true.
Outstanding. Thank you, Captain.
Robin is the light to Batman's dark.
Yes.
It's
Agreed.
yeah.
All right. Well, Fenrir, why don't you sound off about Christmas with the Joker?
All right. Well, the guys mainly already summed it all up, but I really enjoyed just how Joker behaves on this one. I miss that Joker.
You're a little
He's
muffled.
crazy, but well, you boys already pretty much summed it up the way it should be.
Perfect.
Just summed it up the way it should be. It was all right. But I'm just gonna say I love the Joker in this depiction. I miss this kind of. He's crazy, but he's fun crazy. You just
Yes,
can't stop for a second and be
definitely.
entertained by it.
Mhm.
You can just stop for a second, just be entertained by it. It's good. Plus, I really enjoyed the depiction of Batman and how. Let's be honest. At this point, he was just look. It's family friendly, but it's dark if you think about it.
Oh, absolutely. No, you're right, man. There you
That's
go.
why
Yeah.
it needs a Robin.
By the
But
way,
yeah,
yeah, what was the most serious crime done on this episode by the Joker?
Attempted murder.
Nope.
Yeah.
High,
The
to be
train
honest,
wreck.
the worst
attempted
the worst
murder.
crime that he did during the episode is hijacking television frequencies in multiple channels.
Mhm.
And
oh
I
yeah,
mean
that
it.
is actually worse.
Yeah, if you persecute him, he will get more time for that than for the other stuff.
True, so true.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
seriously the fact that the Joker isn't locked up in some kind of high super security cell in a prison in another country is beyond crazy. Seriously, most people get sent to Iraq or Russia for less.
To the gulag.
Anything else, Fenrir?
Nah, I'm good. Seriously, Joker,
All right.
crazy, fun. Just leaving it
All
there.
right. All right. Mr. Dave, go
Oh
for it.
man, yeah. Follow up on what those guys said. Joker's an absolute effing gangster in this show, man. When they say Christmas with the Joker, they're not playing around. Batman, to me, takes a back seat, even though they stick to the theme of him. I'm gonna work through the holidays. I mean, I'm working through the holidays, Batman. You know, I get it. But attempted murder, kidnapping, blowing up bridges. I mean, he just goes off the rails. And can we talk about Laffy for just a minute? A handful of it. Oh, his
that
alter
was
ego.
brilliant.
Holy shit, man. Oh my God. It reminds me of Cartman. Pablo, I'm surprised you didn't get that reference.
Oh, well, I was singing burrito.
Right.
Yeah.
But man, I mean, I can't say enough. It's a Christmas one, but this is why I put the other one in front of this one as far as Christmas, because that had the Christmas spirit. This was the Joker at Christmas, just going absolutely apeshit, man. What else more can you say what this guy does? He's completely insane, just like Fenrir and Pablo have said. Hope I don't spoil it for everybody else who wants to comment on this, but this was my take on it.
Oh,
And he's
we're
just
going to
relentless.
spoiler territory. You can say whatever you want about this. Don't hold back.
He's relentless. He's ruthless. He's got a cannon. I mean, he's got a bunch of them clones. Well, not clones, robots with automatic machine guns. I mean, you name it, he does it in here. I mean, he breaks every crime in the book. Even like, was it Fenrir or Pablo said with the FTC, he even does that. But
yeah,
I mean, as far as Christmas, they stick to it a little bit with Batman, and they got Alfred again. There's a little theme here that if you guys haven't caught on, that's two in a row that Alfred gets into the episode somehow, some way.
Yeah, Alfred is partly the father figure or
Yeah.
the way into the father figure.
They sneak
On
it
the
in.
other episode, he's the way into the father figure because he's actually restoring the gift from the father and restoring that memory from the father. And in this one, he will occupy more a mentor kind of role, so he's more like a direct father figure. But yeah, he's always on that position, and he's always the connection with the goodness of Christmas.
Oh yeah, and I'll leave it at that, so I don't say too much for other people. But that was my take on it. It's still a great episode. It's the one I recommended to Nick when he first came out talking about you guys were thinking about doing. I was like, oh, we got to have this one. I mean, come on, it's classic, but it is definitely all Joker.
All right. Awesome. All right, before we move it on over, Killy Child, a great comment here. I want to highlight Christmas with the Joker is my favorite Christmas episode of a show. One of my favorite episodes of the animated series. One of my Christmas traditions when the hub existed. Rest in peace, Discovery Family sucks. Shout out to Keely Chow. Thank you for your input there. Oh, hold up. All right, Ironcaster, go ahead and talk about this legendary episode. Because it's really you really I'm standing by that, and I'm sure he's gonna stand by that too.
I will say, just kind of the stuff of all the stuff to watch for this. This is, I'll start it out by saying this is my number 3 on the list actually. Or wait,
okay.
Wait, what was?
What's up, Elisa McCracken? How you doing? Shout out to the Legion of Memers.
Hey.
What's up, DZ? I will be actually a guest tomorrow afternoon on the Legion of Memers show, so I cannot wait.
Cool.
I didn't know they had a show. I want to see that channel.
They have a channel. I'll send you the channel link.
Channel.
Yeah. I'll send you. I'll post the channel link in the private chat and in the chat.
Nice.
So. All right, now go on, Caster.
Like I said, it's just kind of I starting out. It's like of the 4, this isn't my favorite of them because I think this is one I never saw a ton, so it didn't get into my regular Christmas rotation.
Wait, the 4?
This I have this ranked at number 3 on my list.
Oh, but wasn't 3 episodes for today? Did I miss something?
Yeah, I thought so.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You and me both, Pablo.
It's okay.
I thought it was only Batman, Brave and the Bold, an animated series, and then Justice League.
We weren't sure if we were going to talk to them. We didn't get enough feedback about if we are going to do the 4th one or not. So if anyone wants to talk about it, I'll let you guys have it. That's fine. But
gotcha.
Yeah.
What's the 4th one, Nick?
It was Lobo's paramilitary Christmas special.
Oh, that's right.
That's for the comic books day.
That's comic book day.
Well, no, I asked if that was a comic or if that was a thing because I thought that was a comic, and it turns out that there was a movie, like fan film made on it. So, anyways, yeah, let's go. Yes, let's go on. Let's let Caster keep going with Christmas with the Joker, though.
Yeah. I mean, this is kind of one of the perfect holidays to have Joker with because there's so much potential you can do there. The Joker gives Batman a present for Christmas. Mm-hmm. He puts the whole he goes and kidnaps Gordon and Bullock and makes them the family. Bullock is the little this is the baby. That's my favorite part.
Joker is weird, man.
He's just has no words for anything anymore.
No, he's completely insane, and this is the show.
I'm pretty sure the first stop on this crime, in this particular crime, was robbing a sex shop, and that's all I will say because those costumes for adults, you are not finding them on a store, a normal store. You need to go to something special.
Yeah. Just shows how much detail he puts for things.
He's killing it, man.
There's a lot of things I really liked. I like Joker on the set, kind of talking to all his cardboard cutouts because
that was hilarious.
for no other reason, he probably made his henchmen just give me a Bullock stand cutout, give me a Commissioner Gordon, give me Robin, and make sure
No.
you make Batman scowl.
It goes deeper. I'm sure he had conversations with the cutouts way before the show started. He was just having a whole conversation, asking them about their lives, and he was having a blast.
Oh, yeah.
Oh wait, no. What
There
if,
it is.
What
There
if
it
he,
is, Nick.
what if
Pie in
he
the face,
hired?
right?
Mm-hmm. Well, I've seen,
What if he
I've
hired a
seen
stand-up
it. Been a
comedian?
while, but I've seen it. Gary Ancaster.
What if he hired a stand-up comedian to do a warm-up act for all the cardboard cutouts?
That's good.
Oh, I bet he had.
I believe Joker did that.
Yeah, I bet he had a table with just drinks and food and everything. And when the henchman got near to the table, he was like, "Get out from there because that's for the cutouts. That's for the audience." And trust me, none of the henchmen touch anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But this episode also got me to do a little bit of research. At the beginning of it, Joker famously starts singing "Jingle Bells, Batman Smells,"
Oh yeah,
Classic.
legendary anthem.
which got me to ask myself, where did that originate?
Oh, it's old.
And according to some of the research I was finding, like it was like there was like older articles talking about it. Like it dates back to the 60s, to the days of at least the Adam West series.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, at least.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
In fact, I have a little snippet here I can share with you guys.
Yeah. No, by all means, man. Do it. Let's share it away.
Let's see. This is coming from crack.com. Several commenters had mentioned the original Batman show was a likely point for the origin of Jingle Bells Batman Smells. As far as I could tell, the Batmanized version never made it onto the show. Rob Weir got back to me. It turns out he had a sort of break in the case. This clipping from a copy of the Independent Press telegram for 1966. Joined the FBI. Hashtag on Never Too Young. Bet on any previous programs? If so, what? Is Karen Holmes Long Beach. Was the role of Ted. Has appeared on the Alfred Hitchcock Hour. That is certain. He's a former Olympic track star. Batman Smells. Long Beach. Batman should be nominated for an Emmy.
Wait, are you saying that all that Christmas Carol is because a psyop from the FBI? Makes sense.
Yeah, just
Leave it.
God, this world's as crazy as the Joker sometimes.
I don't even know what's going on right now.
Let's see. Repeat a popular 60s kid joke in California at the time. Either way, the evidence we've got suggests Jingle Bells Batman Smells was inspired by the show's popularity and may have gotten its start in California. Yeah, the article goes on to talk about some more of this, but it seems to date back like quite a while before this, where I and like many others have probably kind of surmised it probably started from this or from the first episode of The Simpsons, where Bart Simpson started to sing that.
Oh yeah, I remember when Bart Simpson started singing all too well.
Yep,
all too well. Anything else, Caster?
Like I said, it's a good episode. It's a good episode. I like it, but it's not my favorite of the lot.
Okay.
Because my favorite is yet to come.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Oh, all right. Cool. Well, last but absolutely not least, the gospel. Clobbering times.
Oh man, ain't nobody, dude. But
don't you leave it.
I do love this one. Of course, well, love the last one we did. So I mean, I haven't ranked anything yet, but I guess I'll rank it when we get to the last one for me. But This was actually the second one produced, second episode of the show produced, even though they aired it later. You can note a few subtle differences. You know, Batman is throwing batarangs for his rope to swing on, rather than shooting the traditional wench. The shooting.
Wow, that's right. Robin did that too.
They changed that later, of course, to match something that had been done actually in the Batman movies. But for some reason, there's this, again, and even though On Leather Wings was apparently made before this, I'm not so sure this wasn't made at the same time, because I'd have to go back and watch On Leather Wings, which is the first one, to see if he's using the batarang. Let's not hear there. But anyway, yeah, I love it. I love this episode. It's a lot of fun. It is obviously much darker than Invasion of the Secret Santas, but delightfully so. When he kidnaps Gordon and Summer Gleason and Bullock, that stuff. It's classic Joker. Him, taking the airwaves and just performing, just going all out. And Hamill's performance is the one probably that sold him that they made the right decision. Tim Curry was originally going to do the voice of the Joker, and things didn't work out, so we ended up with Mark Hamill. And it's kind of funny, when I heard Mark Hamill was going to be doing the Joker's voice, I go, maybe it wasn't that big of an impact on me, or a big surprise, because he played the Joker before this in a couple of episodes of the Flash TV series when he was just called the Trickster, but he acted just like the Joker. I don't know if you remember that. And so his performance as the Joker, wasn't that much of a shock, because if that had not happened, then if he hadn't been on that Flash episode just a couple of years before, and you're telling me he's voicing the Joker, I'd have been like, Mark Hamill? You mean Luke Skywalker? What? Really?
Well, Kevin Conroy originally auditioned for the Joker.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm just saying that. But I didn't know of him. But the point, obviously. But see, I would, if not for that, his role as the Trickster on Flash, I would have been like, Mark Hamill? Well, really? But okay. But again, but because he pretty much acted like a Joker on that show, I was on, maybe in a sense, maybe it was an audition. Maybe when they realized that Tim Curry wasn't going to happen, maybe they saw, well, hey, we saw that episode. It really just acted like the Joker. And of course, he's absolutely terrific in this episode. He's always terrific as the Joker. It's an incredibly energetic performance. A lot of great stuff. I mean, it's even as an episode. Obviously, it's a Christmas episode. It works as a standalone episode too, even if you take the Christmas out of it, which I don't think you should, because it's such a good story idea. Joker hijacks Christmas, struts in front of the audience of Gotham and terrorizes Gotham on the day you don't do it, all to give himself one Christmas present, and that is to put a pie in Batman's face. And that's all he did it for. This was the Joker giving himself a Christmas present, because you notice, after Batman goes after him and saves him from falling into the vat, he's like, yeah, whatever. Humbug. He had his fun. And it's one of the things we love about the Joker. He was basically doing this all for fun. And yes, he would have murdered. I mean, attempted murder with the bridge and all that other kind of stuff. Is just Joker having a good time. And that's what I just love about this episode. It's definitely Christmas. All the stuff with Batman. Actually, there's actually probably more Batman pathos in the Invasion of the Secret Santas than this one, but you do have a little of it here with the It's a Wonderful Life. Never could get past the title stuff. So well written, a top episode. Maybe when I make my top 25 list or something like that, it might make the top 25 of just as an episode, even if you don't factor in the Christmas stuff. And again, the best bonus is the Jingle Bells Batman spells at the beginning. It's just so it's terrific stuff, and I'll guess I'll do my ranking when we get to the last one later. But I love it.
Well, he breaks out of prison on a freaking Christmas tree rocket.
Oh yeah, it's only the Joker. Only the Joker.
It reminded me of one of the episodes of the Adam West Batman where they're playing baseball in the prison yard.
And he catapulted off of a plate. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Good one, Ironcaster. That's true. Yeah. Nice. Not bad. I mean, that's not too far off, huh?
Mhm.
Except they made it a Christmas thingy.
Yes, he did. Yeah. All right. Anything you want to
That's
add?
true.
Anything?
He did
Anything to
voice
the?
Trickster. Sorry, go ahead.
Anything else you want to add, Clubby, or no?
No, I'm good, man. Thanks. Sorry to go on about it like I always do.
Oh, dude. Once again, you're the gospel. So
Oh, no, I'm not.
yeah,
Don't do that
yeah.
to me.
Oh, I
Embarrass
already
somebody
did.
else
Too
for a
late.
change.
All right. Vince brought a great comment here that I actually thought about many moons back. I've never looked into it, but it is something that definitely crossed my mind. Did anyone else get a Mr. Rogers feel from Joker's outfit? I absolutely did.
Yes.
So
I guess now that you mention it in hindsight.
yeah, I remember. I think
I
that was
see it.
probably around. I think I started noticing. I think probably around high school. I think that's. I could be off, but that's my S of when I started to like think that kind of made sense to me. I did have that vibe probably around high school. I'm like, the outfit seems very Mr. Rogers like. So it's good to know that someone out there thought the same thing. So, anyways, guys, are you ready for a little comfort and joy?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Let me get this ready here.
Bum, bum, bum,
Okay.
bum.
All right. I'm gonna zoom the screen. All right. We're gonna do 1 minute and then we're gonna get this going. So talk, just say a bunch of mumbo jumbo, and we're gonna get this going. I'll be right back. And we're gonna talk comfort and joy. All right. Yes, just say a bunch of mumbo jumbo. I'll be right back, and we're gonna talk this episode. It's gonna be huge.
He said just mumbo jumbo, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
There you go.
Wait. I
Do the voice,
think I
Ironcaster.
think I need a moment here to just give me a moment. Let me get something here.
What you doing, Ironcaster?
Sing the Joker song with the voice.
Have you ever seen a flower die? Watch something that was once so beautiful, so full of life,
God, that is so
and
wrong.
rot from within.
Jingle bells, Batman's bells. You can do it.
This is how I remember you, Batman. Surrounded by winter. Wait,
God, that is so.
forever young.
Oh, yeah.
Rest well, my love. The monster that took you from me will soon learn that revenge is a dish best served cold.
Stop reading Klingon poetry.
Well,
Well,
that
you know
includes
Shakespeare
right?
sounded better than the original Klingon.
Yep.
So I've heard.
Oh, you should do Rucker Hauer, Roy Batty's famous speech.
Actually,
Oh, I
if
gotta
you
go look. I gotta go look.
I've seen things.
I gotta get the tear. I gotta get the tears of the rain
How's the gate?
up now.
if you think
cheers,
about
Mary.
Shakespeare, makes a lot of sense that he was a Klingon. Think about all the words that he had to literally make up on the fly and convince the queen that were real words. You need to be a Klingon to do something like that. If not, dude, that's a pair of balls. Your Majesty, do you don't know that word I just made up? But it's the most common word that have existed for the last 5 minutes. So clap, enjoy.
Woohoo.
I've
Anybody watch the
seen
Venture
things
Brothers? They
you people wouldn't believe.
Oh yeah. Oh man, we should have reviewed one of the Venture Brothers Christmas special. It was only 11 minutes long, but it was fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with Krampus.
Yeah, the actual Krampus shows up.
And what's great about it, spoiler alert,
Yes.
is that it's all a dream.
Oh, is it?
I don't know. This week I'm starting with the Doctor Who Christmas episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those were great ones.
dude. Let's be honest. The previous version of the series didn't touch Christmas that much, but when you get to series 1, 2005, they actually take really serious Christmas, and it shows. It's really
Oh, man.
good.
Dude, from a good number of years, from about like 2005 to around 2013, while Doctor Who was still good again. That was
Yes.
a highlight of my Christmas. After as far as you get done with all the Christmas stuff, you go home from family stuff, at least for me, and then we get up and can't wait to watch the new Doctor Who Christmas special. Not that they were all great. Last year I ranked them all worst to first, actually, but it was always so much fun looking forward to that.
Yeah, I remember just watching some of the episodes. Even Voyage of the Damned is just
Yeah, that was a
something that
downer, boy. Whew.
is a downer, but it's a great
good, but it's
episode if
downer.
you just want to.
Okay, guys. Thank you
Yeah.
for being flexible. I need to take some Dayquil. I've been on and off all week. Like I've had a weird cough that's been on and off, and
Yeah, you had to go dump a Christmas Yule log. Is that
well, now I need some whiskey after having that Dayquil because that shit is terrible. It works. I'll give it credit. It works, but man, it is terrible. But who cares about all that? We got 21 still here in the chat. Thank you for sticking around with us. We're an hour and 25 minutes into this great show tonight. Part 1 of 2 of our Christmas special. Let's go into 23. Holy shit.
Wait. Before that,
Yeah,
is
go ahead.
Dayquil the red pill or the blue pill?
I'm going to go with the red pill.
So you went full red pill in this one?
Oh, I'm always going full red.
Nice.
Full red. All right, guys. We're going to talk about the legendary episode from, I think, 2002 or 3 from Justice League titled Comfort and Joy.
Yes.
And I don't know how much I could say about this episode because I have seen it so many times throughout the years, and everything, it just hits all the right notes in every way possible. And actually put it in front of my girlfriend for her first time ever, and she was so blown away by the absolute wholesomeness of it. Seriously, like it makes you feel at times like it kind of made me feel like I was watching like almost like an animated Christmas movie at times. It really nails all the emotional beats, all the right character like parts for it to suit it towards Christmas, and how they handle Martian. Once again, Martian Manhunter being the outcast of Christmas, how they handle that. The Flash being the silly hero, doing that whole spiel with the kids. There's just, I'm not gonna say Joyce, I want to let you guys have it, but this just, I love this episode so much. It excites me that we are going to talk about this absolutely legendary episode, and I'm gonna let our guest here, Mr. Dave here, talk about Comfort and Joy.
Sweet. Hey, it was one of my less familiar ones to me, although I've seen it before. So I won't say too much about it because I know a few people here are chomping at the bit. So yeah, I mean, as far as Christmas spirit, it's right up there, right? You mean you've got Flash with the kids and the thing with Human Night at the end. I won't spoil that one. I'll leave that for the other people to do. So I won't say too much about it, but leave it up to a guy to move in for a kiss and the girl starts a bar fight. You know, that's something that I could relate to. But she thought it was fun, so I thought that was kind of funny. But
yeah,
It was
I'm not
cute.
going to touch on this one too much. But like I said, I'll even put this as far as the Christmas spirit even over the Joker one, as far as sticking with the theme of Christmas, the real theme of Christmas. You know what I'm getting at here with this. So
yeah,
I'm going to just pass this one on to you guys and just listen. I know Ironcaster and Clobby and everybody else is just ready to roll on this.
Okay, Wolf Fenrir, go ahead and go for Comfort and Joy.
All right, then. This episode was top of the notch, literally 10 out of 10 on my book. I really enjoyed the stories, the side ones, and every single one of them had meaning in a certain way. I enjoyed Superman's innocence, showing his great character and why he's lovable. I mean, literally, you could even see it in the voice how he believes the Santa stuff, and that just makes you love Soups even more.
Yeah, and he's so much a mommy's boy.
Oh yeah. Clark, you've gotten smaller. You need to eat something. I love
No, but the best part is when Papa Kent is about to plug the Christmas tree, and Clark goes, "But that's my job, dude." He's so much a kid.
Yeah,
Even
and,
Santa, right?
Even
yeah,
Martian
people.
Manhunter notices that. He's like, you're so different. Like when you're
Yes.
at home, he's like, well, this is me getting to live my personal life. And obviously, Clark has never lost a Christmas spirit. And I feel like Clark is, in our ways, he's our spirit animal in this episode.
Indeed, he
Yes.
is. He
Carry
is
on,
just the
Fender.
best.
Sorry, I went on a tangent, but go on.
No problem. I love sharing with you guys, and people tend to forget that the human side of him in most Superman stories today. It's his human element that makes him great. I
Yeah.
also enjoy the side story with the Flash and Ultra Humanity. I mean, I think I love what it stands for. It stands for everyone has this possibility of a good Christmas spirit. Everybody can be good just for once, even necessary. 'Cause let's be honest, he could have done anything with that toy, but he did it to just give joy to kids, and that's sweet. Also enjoyed the end in prison. In prison, so it was good. It was good. It was really good. This episode's really good, and I gotta say, Hawk Hawk Girl is seriously, she is one of the. There's a reason why she's one of the top cartoon crushes for guys. Let's be honest.
Oh, she definitely ranks.
Yeah.
I'm a Huntress kind
Yeah,
of guy.
when Nick was saying that he showed this episode to his girlfriend, yeah, that seems kinda normal. Let's just see if she sees how girl and goes like, yeah, I'm into this because how girl is so into some weird shit. That
No,
Yeah.
wait, she
She,
actually says she will now watch it with me every Christmas.
dude, but hot girl on this episode,
Is awesome.
that girl has some serious issues, and you know
Oh,
what?
she
I
does. But
like
it's
it.
yeah, yeah,
entertaining.
she
I
does. She
like it.
does, and that's why she's a lot of fun in more
Yeah,
ways than one.
dude. Every single time she was on the screen, I was like, God damn, that's the kind of excess that you will the rest of your life have some crazy stories to talk about and a lot of regrets. But you know what? It was worth it.
Yeah, so worth it.
Yeah.
Anything else,
Seriously,
Fender?
nah, this is great. Oh, and I gotta say, that cat, that cat had something. I don't know. There's something about that cat. I
Oh,
swear,
streaky.
there's something about it.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it seems alien.
yeah. That's I'm putting my money on that.
Yes.
Something wrong about that cat.
I was thinking that the whole episode is the cat an alien?
Yeah, yeah. Me too. Me
Well,
too.
you've got to catch that one little part
Oh, I think the
earlier,
cat's.
right?
I
If you
think that the
don't,
cat's just a regular cat.
yeah, but if
Yeah,
you
I
miss
think he's
that,
plain
if
old
you
cat.
miss that 1 second little scene earlier, you won't get that last scene.
Yeah,
No,
and
no spoiler. If you miss
and
that,
you
you're not going to
Yes.
understand it.
even that little scene, you benefit from
Right,
watching
true.
this episode because you see the progression of the cat and also Martian Manhunter's greater appreciation of Christmas.
Absolutely.
I love that stuff. Love it. So, all right,
Yeah, I give
Pablo,
this 10 out of 10. Glorious ranking.
Pablo, go for it, my guy.
Dude, the interactions of the characters on the show were incredible, especially Superman. Superman had some of the best interactions with Flash, with Dr. Fate, with Manhunter. It's just the kind of characters that you will not hope for a really meaningful conversation that is not about justice. And sometimes they go into really deep emotional things that are uncharacteristical for those kind of characters that's more for something more human. But no, normally is from the most alien or from the most abstracted from human race characters that you will imagine, that you will have those moments. Martian Manhunter in this one has a lot of heart. Actually, at the end, when he's singing on his
Yes.
original language and he's showing his soul on that moment, he's understanding the connection not with the religion at all, but with the emotional part of Christmas. He's seen as an act of sharing, and that's when it clicks with him when he's seeing that chapel and people are singing, and he's like, this is an event for sharing a societal connection. Is no just about gifts. But that's something that Clark cannot really show him, because Clark is showing him more the part of enjoying the Christmas event, having the presents, having the tree, having all that. But the real connection for Martian Manhunter is the more deep one, because obviously he's a telepath and an empath. He can feel your thoughts and emotions. That's something that is better than just sharing that we like to have this tree and we like to have this and dress like this. Yeah, that's culturally kind of relevant, but for Martian Manhunter is absolutely a waste. But the other thing, seeing that is this event for people where they share their feelings through songs, actually finally clicks. That I loved. How girl being completely crazy, dude. The kings that girl must have. I want
Yeah.
to see them. But yeah, this is completely crazy, and that's the kind of girl that you will go like, I will be in prison at the end of this night, and I will be really, really happy. I will be smiling on that police patrol all the time. Because, yeah, she will get you into trouble. But that might work. Just saying that at the end, Green Lantern ends up being hugged by a gigantic stone guy with Hogger being like, yeah, I'm cute and I will cuddle.
Well,
There's a
it helps
gigantic
when you're
man
a Green
made of a
Lantern.
yeah, there's this guy made of a stone that is cuddling him,
You
trying
mean
to save him, save his
Doomsday's? You mean
virtue.
Doomsday's cousin? Yeah.
Yeah, no, how girl, god damn, that woman is trouble, but trouble is fun. The rest of the story, Flash, god damn, that was so. The whole theme from him going, I can make Gorilla Groot cry uncle, and the rest of the story is basically like showing that he's a good guy. Like, really, are we doing this? This was supposed to be the villain. They actually set up a possible fight, and now he's repairing the toy and being a good guy.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
it's
that wasn't
Christmas.
Gorilla Grodd though. So
Yeah, but who was it then? I
that was
thought it
Ultra
was Gorilla
Humanite.
Grodd.
No, that was Ultra Humanite.
It was. I didn't understand why they were saying that he was human before then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he should have the powers from a scientific experiment. I was really confused. Oh, that makes so much sense.
Yeah, he wasn't Grodd. He was just using Grodd as an example. This was Ultra Humanite.
Oh, I thought it was.
You'd never
That
get
changes.
Grodd to make a toy for kids.
No.
Listen to control their minds.
Dude, that breaks my heart.
Why?
That actually breaks my heart because I thought Gorilla Grodd made a toy for the kids, and I was like, that's so wholesome. God damn it.
No, he
If you
hates
know the story of Ultra Humanite, this is just as far fetched because he's basically. I won't tell you what he started out as. It's horrible.
Neogenicist.
He's a very bad person. How about that?
Yeah, he's the kind of person that would have been in the war where Khan was created on Star Trek.
And that is
Right.
why he still goes to jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was Gorilla Grodd. That changes a lot. That takes away a lot from the Flash story, but that just makes better the Hawkgirl story. But because, well, now she has all the attention. Yeah, that's. But yeah, it
Yeah,
bumps.
he's still bad, so it shouldn't take away too much. You're still good.
Yeah, but it's not the same. It's just. Yeah, you know what I mean. The rest of the episode was really a blast, and Flash is just an asshole. Let's be honest. Flash is one of.
What?
He's supposed to be a genius level intellect, right?
This is not Barry Allen.
That's
This
not-
is Wally
No,
West.
this Wally.
Is that Wally?
Yeah, but even Wally West, he's thinking faster than any human. That's part of the Speed Force.
Yes, but he's not a CSI like Barry.
Oh no, he is not a
No.
he is criminologist.
It's kind of a
The
chucklehead.
right word. Yeah,
Yeah,
but,
he's
yeah.
Clubby just nailed it.
Well, he wouldn't be as smart as Humanite, though, right?
Mm-mm.
No,
originally?
but it's supposed that every single being that is into the Speed Force actually is thinking
That's
at the
some
same speed that they are
not in
moving.
this cartoon.
Not in this. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
that rings Flash for me in this cartoon and with everything else, but we still have Superman and
There was a time when the Speed
Hawker,
Force
but
had
so
nothing to
yeah.
do with anything, dude. So you're fine. Speed Force is concocted later. Not it was before this. Don't get me wrong, but
No,
it
no, no,
was
no.
later.
Yeah, it was.
It was later in comics and really got complicated
The
later.
yeah, the
90s.
explanation, and now they have the slow force and some other forces that is not the
Yeah,
slow
I
force,
hate
the
the Speed
speed
Force
force.
stuff.
Yeah,
I actually
actually,
hate
it's
that
really
stuff.
messy and really convoluted.
Yeah.
I remember when they tried to make basically the Flash into the Hulk with the strong force, and yeah, that's why I say everything after 2012 is not canon.
I'm with you, brother. I'm with you.
Yeah, but the rest of the episode is a blast, and how girl, I will date her. Let's be honest. I will be, dude. I will end up on jail in really terrible situations. Maybe naked on in a dress in the middle of a jail, but it was worth it. So next.
All right.
Well, man, I feel like I've ruined Pablo's Christmas now. I'm sorry, Pablo.
Listen, can I interject real quick? Just Pablo, don't feel bad because I'm going to show you something. Just it took me a minute at first. So, Nick, if you can just so I can.
Yes.
If you can zoom in, I had Grodd on there on my notes, and I crossed it out later. So don't feel bad, Pablo. I thought it was Grodd too for a second.
Yeah,
And then I was like, it
I
took me a
understand
while.
it, really. I understand
Because-
that.
Yeah, well, it's because Flash mentions it.
He
but-
yeah, he makes the
That's
connection.
true.
But
And
he's
they
talking
never-
about, he already kicked Grodd's ass before.
Right.
Right,
Yeah, and they
so-
never go into a moment where he actually says the name and have
That's true.
that moment to pause and
Right.
explain to the people.
So
So
don't feel bad, man.
yeah, for
I
me
thought
was
so.
just this is a really weird version of growth, but I have seen versions of Solomon Grundy that are really crazy weird. So
Right.
they can change Gorilla
changed a
Grodd
lot of
lot,
things.
and yeah,
Yeah,
That's a
is
character they should put in Christmas, huh?
They did actually. Justice League Action episode had
JLA.
a Justice League Action episode had a great Grundy episode. Actually, but anyway, go ahead.
but there's something that I forgot about this series that watching it actually was really, really good. The animation at the beginning of the intro, when the Justice League is walking towards the camera with the background in bright red and yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's a legendary intro.
So badass.
Yeah, and I'm with
I
Nick.
love that
I love
theme.
this animation. This type
Oh,
of
the
Yeah.
music. Woo.
Yeah.
Well, you know, by the way, did you know? By the way, that opening theme, which is iconic, it's wonderful. Those first two seasons, was taken from an old Hammer horror movie.
Oh wow.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean, the guy flat ripped it off. It's really crazy. But I mean, did he change it up a little bit? Don't get me wrong, but there are examples I think on YouTube where people show how wow, this is totally that theme, and it's great. I
Brave and the
love that
Bold.
first.
Brave and the Bold theme gets me going.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, that's jazzy. That's jazzy.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah,
No,
it's
it's
more
great.
active. It's more energetic. The Justice League intro is more solemn, and the Batman the Animated
Yes.
Series is way more just serious and thoughtful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes,
no, man, the intros for the three series are great.
Oh yeah. I like the first two seasons of the Justice League before it became Justice Unlimited. I love the show Justice League Unlimited, but I like the first the theme that is before this one, because this was the fourth to last episode of the second season. Because the next is a 3-parter with Thanagar called Starcrossed,
Yes.
which ended
Is
that
the-
series. Yeah.
Yeah, is that one where the Watchtower gets into fire?
No, that's one where the Thanagarians invade Earth.
Yes. Oh, well, I
You're-
got to rewatch a lot of this series, man.
You
Then when the show
do.
came
It's-
back,
it's
it was
worth
Justice
it.
League Unlimited. When it came back, it became
Yes.
Justice League Unlimited.
I
Yeah.
got to keep my head on straight to remember all the ones, the different episodes in between
No,
JLA, Justice League Unlimited,
Yes.
Brave and the
Yeah.
Bold,
It's worth
Batman
it.
Animated, And the one that
Oh, yeah.
Nick I was talking about
Superman.
later, the Batman animated later on, which I absolutely like, but it's
Yeah.
hard to keep them all together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
why-
look, I've got another person here who's pro the Batman.
I
Look
hate
at this.
Oh, I absolutely. Well, we'll talk about. I don't want to derail the stream now. Nick.
But-
We're going to save a special gift for later, right, Nick?
one of the reasons why I think maybe this series connected with me on so many levels without me remembering the exact plot of every single episode is because there's a couple of episodes where there's conversations between superheroes that are actually so goddamn or badass or just thoughtful. Normally, when he's Batman and some other character is thoughtful. When it's Martian Manhunter, he's also thoughtful, but from the perspective of understanding humanity. That's the forte of that character on the writing. But there's conversations with beings overpowerful, for example, Superman and Dr. Fate, that are it's just a pissing match, but a cordial and really well thought and presented pissing match. So it's like I can do almost anything. Yeah, I can erase you. You want to stop existing because I can make you stop existing. Is
Yes.
watching those interactions and having that weight between those characters is actually really good. So yeah, this series is not one I remember every single episode, but I remember the tenacity on some of the conversations that is so goddamn good. And one of them is right in this episode because of Martian Manhunter.
Oh, I love Marshmanhunter's arc in this. And yes, Phantom Outsider, I love
Yes.
that episode. Booster
Yes,
Gold, the
Nick.
greatest story never told. So good.
Fantastic.
Oh,
I knew
that
you were
scene
gonna
with the
say that,
shirt. It was
That's a
so
great one.
cute.
We're going to have to do a Booster Gold show one.
We just might have to. Just saying. All right. So, Clubby.
I easily put. It's tough to rate the other two, but I guess I have to go maybe Christmas with the Joker at 2 and Invasion of the Secret Santa's at 3. But it's tough. It's almost a toss up. But this one is unequivocally number 1. This is a masterpiece in my opinion. I love it. So I watch it every year, and I've watched it every year since I first saw it. God knows how long. It's a Christmas. There are a few things that are. I maybe go a couple years and watch it again here and there every Christmas. Or like to go, oh, I need to go watch that. It's been a while. But there are a couple on the list, and it's a fairly short list of things that I watch every single Christmas. This is one, sometimes twice the Christmas. This is one of them, and I might even watch it again before Christmas shows up. I love it that much. It is very short, doesn't take up a lot of your time, and to do something in that short of a space of time and have 3 split stories is remarkable. And again, even starting out with a prologue, with them doing something very much right out of the comics, the Justice League saving an alien planet, and it's not Christmas on that planet, but it's snowing, so it makes it right away. They set the tone in the field beautifully. So we get to see, the Justice League doing something, saving another world, not just on Earth. And good God, every single one of these stories is perfect and beautiful in its own way. Even the silly, Green Lantern and Hawk Girl bit. It's fun. It's nothing really except the beginning of it's pretty Christmassy because he's they're having the snowball fight and all that stuff is really terrific. And then you move to Coruscant to have their little fight in the bar and stuff. That's a fun, but that's I love it, but that's my least favorite thing about this episode. The other 2 segments I can't choose from. Go ahead.
Although ending up in a bar fight on Christmas, that happens a lot.
Maybe so.
At least to me.
I don't go to bars, so maybe I'm too young. But I just adore this. We even get a little bit of a Batman tribute when basically he's trying to talk John, and he's telling John that Batman practically begged for monitor duty.
He has to go to work, right?
I love that scene. I love hearing that.
Yeah,
and
go.
this stuff with John Martian Manhunter and Clark and Superman. It's just, I mean, with the Kents, it's beautiful. It's just so touching. And then you get the stuff with look, I'm a Barry Allen guy when it comes to Flash. Just like when it comes to Green Lantern, I'm a Hal Jordan guy. I'm fine with John on this show. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just those are my favorites. So I never liked Wally being Flash that much. Kid Flash, fine. I don't really like him being Flash that much, but you have to put up with it or you just don't watch the show, right? So Wally's Flash is very different, but he grew on me with this show in particular because I really didn't like him in comics that much. I read him, So he's been terrific on this show. Michael Rosenbaum voicing him has been terrific, and never more so than there's one episode he did that was Flash and Substance. It might be his best, but he's done a lot of great ones. But this one. In his relationship, short though it may be, with of all people, Ultra Humanite. Imagine them combining him with Ultra Humanite was just such an unlikely combo because as you all mentioned, he did mention Grodd. I would have to expected him to be Grodd that shows up that he ends up fighting, but they pulled kind of a twist. He mentions a gorilla and it's a different gorilla, a gorilla who was being started in the Golden Age, though not as a gorilla at that point. Anyway. It's pretty crazy. It's so well done. It's just, you've all covered it all. Don't have to go that far into it other than I love this. If you just want to see something that you don't have to know these characters to enjoy this episode.
No,
you could just turn this thing on. If you just like it, if you're someone who likes animation, enjoys superheroes just a little bit, wants to see a touching story that takes you just no time at all, watch this one because it's heartwarming. It's funny. I cannot say enough. It's a masterpiece. Yes, it's Magilla Gorilla. They should have been in it. Or Grape Ape.
I wanted to respond to the chat just for a second. Vince say, poor Booster, even Plastic Man got more love. This is the thing. Booster was not here for love. He was here for money. And I mean a lot of money.
Fame.
Yeah, Plastic Man can have all the love. He's getting the gold.
First, you get the money, then you get the drugs, then you get the women.
Yes,
indeed, and yes, yes, and Vince Womack. That's right. The episode where Luther and Flash switch bodies.
Wait. Where did that quote come from?
It's called the Great Brain Robbery, Vince, by that episode. But good.
Scarface.
Okay. It was familiar.
DJ Rubber Ducky.
Oh gosh, can we?
Can we just?
Somebody mentioned it.
Yeah, can we just admit that Flash went to Japan to use his influence into getting a toy? He's basically an anime YouTuber before anime YouTubers existed.
No, you're right.
And Mr. Homura
you have a point.
Speaks real Japanese in this.
Yep, and it's funny. I wonder if they call him Mr. Hama as a nod to Larry Hama. I don't know, because I'm sure
I can see that.
The writers of this episode were friends with Larry Hama, the famous comic book writer.
Yep.
All right. No, it's a good thing you want. And shout out to Sci-Fi for Me TV. How are you, sir?
Hey,
nice to see you here. All right, glad you could drop by and hang out during our Part 1 Christmas edition. Shout out to you, sir. And all right, you got anything else you want to touch up on, Clubby?
Oh no, that's good. Yeah, it's not much you can say. It's not a long one, not a long episode or anything. So there's not really much to say. They're all brilliant episodes. They're just as brilliantly edited together. Cuts between the episodes, nice. And this is just wonderful Christmas fun. Short and sweet, but brilliant.
And Dearest, yes.
No. I don't know if he worked at DC.
I thought I did. Okay, I'm wrong.
It doesn't matter, but if Roy McDuffie was involved in the writing, he worked at both Marvel and DC. I don't remember Hama ever going to DC, but you never know. He might have.
I might be. No, hey, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Oh, yep.
So.
Oh, no. I trust you over me on that one because I can't remember. I just didn't follow anything in the past 20 years.
Hey, I've been wrong before as well. So
I'm wrong every minute. So.
All right, Caster. You ready?
Go for it, buddy. You've been waiting.
You got this, man. You got this.
You got it.
This is by far like the best of the lot. This has the Christmas spirits. You know, as much as I enjoyed the Brave and the Bold episode with the Attack of the Secret Santas, this is by far my favorite. This hits on so many points for me, and it works. You get to see Clark getting a chance to be Clark. He's not putting up any sort of mask. He's not hiding who he is. He's able to be the essence of the character. I mean, how can you not love like Clark talk about when they're talking about having to wrap the presents for Clark as a child? He corrects him. You mean when Santa did that?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
amazing.
And that is the essence of the character. That's who Clark
Yeah.
ultimately is.
Hama did do some DC stuff, by the way. I just want to refresh my memory so we can set
thank
that
you.
straight.
Ironcaster, have you seen Lucky Star?
Go
It's
ahead,
an
Iron.
anime.
I'm sorry, buddy.
I might have. I'll have to look it
Yeah,
up.
because actually Superman remind me to Konata a lot. There's these girls that are having a conversation about Santa Claus, and one of them is Konata. At what age did you learn that Santa Claus is not real? And she goes, "Wait, he's not real." Yeah, it's that moment of you think this is a serious person, completely developed, and they still believe on Santa Claus, and you're like, just like, huh, that makes sense.
But like I said, it's just a lot of little things like that that really work for me. That when Ma Kent pulls out the sweater for Jean, right there, and the little things of like it doesn't fit him, so he grows to fit it.
Yes, that was actually really cool.
Like this has so much heart to it that I absolutely adore this episode. And yeah, with when he does go into town and he's being the empath, he goes near the church and he feels all that Christmas spirit and how it touches him. If this was an episode that made me feel like I need to really sit down and read into the character. Oh, also when it's just like a lot of little things, like when he goes to play Santa Claus for the little girl and takes the Oreo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was. I actually thought it's weird. Martian Manhunter in a chimney isn't fire his weakness. He should be terrified of chimneys, but I guess not.
Yeah, it's basically the equivalent of putting your hand in a volcano.
Yep.
I mean, the safe parts of a volcano.
And like I said, it's that 1/3 of the entire episode is really the biggest thing that works for me. You of course have the stuff with the Flash and Ultra Humanite, which part of me wishes like we had Kelsey Grammer voicing the Ultra Humanite with just the way the character is written. Because I could absolutely see like Frasier in this character. So sophisticated. He's like, I'm gonna give the children culture for Christmas. Come gather around, children. Let's tell you the story of the Nutcracker.
Yeah, I love that.
The Nutcracker.
Can I ask how much money did he use on equipment to make that toy talk like that? Again, villains on the DC universe have no knowledge of money. That's why they need to rob so much. They cannot handle money.
Although I do have to like say, I was completely on the Ultra Humanite side with destroying the Modern Art Museum. Like, yes, he did nothing wrong.
Yes, indeed.
Modern art sucks.
All right, real quick. Fenrir has to go, so we're gonna let him plug out. So Fenrir, let it rip.
Sorry, boys, but I got stuff to do. The holidays, it's just so many preparations I have in front of me that it's just so crazy. But yeah, this is fun.
Fenrir?
Next week I'm gonna be with you guys for the whole stuff. Don't worry about it. What am I thinking about? Well, and yes, villains have no concept of money because let's be honest, majority of them are stupid because they do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, and it never ends differently. So yeah, they're morons. So let's what else? What else? Yeah, go to my channel, support me, or my Twitter and support me. If not, you're racist because you don't want to support a black man. I deserve it. I deserve it. I've done nothing, but I deserve it because I'm brown. Give it to me.
Yes, indeed.
All right. All right, then. Merry Christmas to you guys. Stay
Good
Take it
night.
safe.
easy, buddy.
Good night,
Hallelujah.
Fenrir.
Peace.
All right,
See you
man.
soon.
Take care,
Good
brother.
Fenrir.
All right, Fenrir, ladies and
Everybody-
gentlemen, that was Fenrir. All right, Caster, go ahead and keep going.
Oh, I'm just gonna comment real quick that I think Fenrir has to go check a list twice. I mean, there is an important day coming up. He does have all that prep to do.
Oh,
Wait, if you are talking about the European April Fool's Day version of that
I'm calling him
festivity that is
Santa.
on December, oh, because 28 is actually the version of April Fool's Day for Spain and a lot of countries here in Latin America.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but we are a lot worse than the American people on that regard. My grandfather basically took everything from the house of one of his relatives, absolutely everything, but a rock. Yeah, and actually, the only thing that was well preserved after all the ordeal because they broke a lot of crazy pricey stuff was the rock. And that was just a normal ass thing that you will do on that day because why the hell not? Yeah, Dia de los Inocentes is for assholes, and I love it.
and with that, as Andre likes to say,
And with that,
We gotta get that as a sound clip at some point.
I know, right?
Yes.
I'm just got to clip that from one of the shows. Hey, you want what else you got, Ironcaster?
I kind of thought the hot girl stuff was kind of the weakest of the episode with them going to the bar. It didn't really excite me as much. I much more liked them doing the snowball fight.
She's kinky.
Yeah.
That's what I will say. She's kinky.
I wanted
Oh,
to see
yes.
more of. I want to see more of Green Lantern using his ring to go and have snowball fights and snowboard.
Yeah, that was really creative.
That's just a dozen hands popping up out of the ground to throw
Yeah.
snowballs.
And him creating those catapults with the snow and everything.
Yep.
Yeah, that fight was really, really creative. I love it.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I like I said, I absolutely love this episode. Love this particular episode. It is my number one for the holiday list.
All right, and the ranking is official.
Oh man.
You heard it here first, guys.
Number
The
one.
Iron- and the Ironcaster hath spoken. All right, damn, dude. I don't know what else to say. I mean, I have no ranking for these, but if I had to, I'd probably go with I'd say 9.7 on this one. Once again, I mean, you guys have said pretty much everything I could say about this one. Everything worked. All the character strengths are played to. Like you have Wally West's, his humor being played to. Martian Manhunter being the outcasted alien, Superman being the kid. The inner child who never lost his, forgetfulness of being what it was like to be a kid and celebrate Christmas. You had Hawkgirl and John Stewart on their little trip, going out and basically getting into bar fights, but still having that affection towards each other. Like, I just love everything about this. Even I love the Kents in this episode too. I love the Ma and Pa Kent. I love them in this episode. Like, I think it's just all around an absolutely spectacular episode, and the fact that they were able to weave all these like character arcs and make it work and not feel rushed or like, oh man, there was a little lack on this side. it made sense for all of them. It made sense for all of them, and even just the little thing of when Martian Manhunter didn't get along with the cat, and now all of a sudden he did, where he's petting the cat, singing the Christmas music. I'm like, oh, I love that, because that's once again you see he was one of them on that very moment, and I thought that was an incredible touch. So I love this episode. It's incredible. I don't really have anything original to add that you guys didn't, because it's just so good, and we're lucky that we got these episodes of DC Comics like Christmas greatness, and I can't wait until we talk the actual source material next week. But before we even consider all that, did any of you guys have any bonuses that you want to mention that you caught
for the episodes?
For these episodes or a separate bonus?
Fourth episode. Anything else that you catch you wanna mention?
I threw mine already. The Venture Brothers Christmas one for any Venture Brother fans out there. I think a few people might have even jumped on that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Venture Brothers, and that one stood out. But it wasn't for the theme, for this show, so I didn't bring it up.
Esther,
Well,
Bobby, I know one of you guys mentioned like Justice League Action or something. If you guys want to talk about, I know you.
We were talking about that last week a little bit. There was an episode of a lot of no one here has seen it. From what we were talking about, Justice League Action, which I liked. I actually really liked that show. Didn't last only like 52 episodes. What is it with DC and the number 52? And it came out in 2016ish. But anyway, they had a Christmas episode. They were all like shorts. There were 3-minute episodes, then they had a bunch of 11-minute episodes. And one of the 11-minute episodes was called a Christmas episode called Party Animal. They did a lot of humor on the show, but it was actually, although it wasn't always sanguine about the costumes, Kevin Conroy was Batman's voice on there. The setup in this one was Green Arrow's throwing his Christmas party, and he's trying to get in good with Batman. He's always want to be buddies with him, so he keeps trying to get him to come to his Christmas party, and Batman never shows up. And then, but before that, they're fighting Grundy, and they trank him and tranquilize him and stuff. But Star Labs is having their Christmas party at the same time, so they won't take him. So they gotta have him his messed up ass at the party. Flash, who's trying to make Green Arrow happy, runs to the Batcave and speeds Batman back there to him real fast and carries him. And there's this great bit where Batman, he's holding Batman. He ran him there at super speed. Put me down in the Kevin Conroy voice. It was pretty hilarious. I did wackiness ensues because Grundy's drugged up, but it turns out earlier in the episode he scared this little girl away from her teddy bear, and he actually wants to bring her a teddy bear. It's funny.
What? I gotta watch that.
And he's very, it's a sweet episode. It's got a lot of humor to it. The show did a lot of humorous episodes, but they did some other ones that, again, pure fun superhero stuff. It was aimed at younger viewers, similar to Batman Brave and Bold. A lot of the same people who worked on that show worked on this one. Like I said, Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman's costumes are awful because they look too movie-ish. But you got Kevin Conroy. I think Tim Daly made this Superman's voice. I can't remember. And they had a lot of fun stories on the show. Short ones, really short stories, but cool stuff. And that one was a good one.
All right.
Goofy fun for Christmas.
No, that I'm glad you can throw another recommendation that all of us got to. That's good because now I'm gonna have to watch that one. So, and it's not on
HBO Max for some reason, but I have the DVD sets. I mean, but you can find them at some place.
Oh, I'm gonna find it. I don't need to just rely on streaming. I will find it. That's what I got.
Maybe Nickelodeon or somebody does those.
It was a Cartoon Network show way back when,
yes.
And then I mean, you can see bits from them and stuff like that on YouTube. If you just put JLA Action on there.
That's right.
Like I said, they had an episode, for example, where Mark Hamill, it was one of the 11-minuters where, let's see, Mark Hamill not only voices himself, actually Mark Hamill, he's in a cab with the Joker, the Trickster, and the Trickster both. He does all three voices, and then he does the voice of Swamp Thing regularly on the show.
Oh, that's funny. That is funny.
And he plays himself in the episode. And He said something. Voice Hamill, you're the great. Was it Trickster? Something like he says something like, Mark Hamill, you're the greatest voice actor ever. And the joke goes, "What's a voice actor?" It was that was again the show's one of the fun things. They had an episode with the Joker and Luther, and it was Hamill and Luther voiced by James Woods. Believe it or not.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, cool stuff. I
I'm
like the
looking
show.
forward to that. Okay. I am beyond sold on that. Damn, that is awesome.
I
All
gotta
right,
track it
guy.
I
Sir. Go ahead. Go off.
just to pull up an image here.
Yeah.
I have a coworker who has been a big fan of a fan film of a DC comic book.
Okay.
One Lobo's Paramilitary Christmas.
Huh. I remember the comic.
This is about 13 minutes long. You can find it on YouTube. The premise is very simple.
Mm-hmm.
Lobo is hired by the Easter Bunny to kill Santa Claus.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Cool.
Yes,
The main
I
man.
remember that. He does. Yeah, he does do work for the Easter Bunny. The main man does do that. It's true. I watched it because they had the song Davidian early on from Machine Head when Machine Head used to be like I guess you could say like a Pantera 90s era Pantera type of band. That's the opening song in there is Davidian from Machine Head. And I'm like, oh, it's actually a very fitting song for Lobo. It made sense in the context. And then I went to White Zombie, then Primer 55. Yes.
Like I said, this was just kind of a fun little fan film that someone made of all the most random comic books.
Mhm.
Lobo going to kill Santa Claus. Not
It
when I was
checks out.
expecting all. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's a fun one. Who the guy they had playing the Easter Bunny is it's hilarious in it.
Mm-hmm. No,
Well,
I watched it. It is definitely worth it, especially if you're a fan of the main man. It's worth the look. It's definitely worth the look. And there's coming. I found a Love Lobo. Got to watch it. Yeah, no, check it out, dude. It's definitely worth the look. That I could say with confidence.
Let me
And-
ask you a question. Have Lex
Yeah.
Luthor ever tried to capture Santa Claus?
He can succeed.
No, Doctor Doom had an adventure with him.
Yeah, because if you think about it, if you actually want to defeat Superman,
Mhm.
the technology or power that Santa Claus have to go around the world delivering the gifts and the precognition to know what everybody does and be able to do the lists. That's tech that somebody like Lex Luthor should actually be really interested. It's basically the ultimate omniscience that gives you control and surveillance over every single person on the planet,
Mhm.
and hyper speed with the possibility of it being some kind of other kind of power. That, yeah, Lex Luthor going for that will be a really fun story. I'm just saying.
Mhm.
I can see it.
Okay.
Yeah, they come up with anything that's as good as the writing or funny, like just where these episodes right here, some of the funny little side jokes and throwbacks and homages they sneak in. There's a million of them. I'm thinking of some like now, like Flash calling Humanite Ricky the Snowman. and he's like, let's get the presidents and just take me to jail.
That line was great.
It's hilarious. They don't do these kind of stuff anymore. They don't write like this anymore.
They literally don't make them like they used to, and that's just the facts of life.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. But anyways, guys, unless Pablo or Serta has anything else they want to recommend,
Not No, just Venture Brothers. I'm sure there's something I probably think of 20 minutes after we end the stream. I'm like, oh, dang.
Yeah, right.
But, that's how it works, man.
All too well. So okay, well, as I like to say, I like to end the show while there's still people.
Before that,
Pablo, go.
we have a couple of things before that, and yes, I have a recommendation, but this anime. You can actually go for Toradora or you can go for Love Hina. They have some of the best Christmas episodes on anime ever because they actually understand Christmas for some reason, way more than a lot of American media. And I said I will be opening this one, so I think the chat deserves compensation for what I said. So, goddamn, it's actually really difficult to open because it is that thin tape that breaks apart really easy. But anyway, God damn it! I thought I got.
It's like opening a CD, man. You just can't do it.
Dude, there's a reason why I always have, I have a Victorinox knife with me on Christmas when we went to my grandparents or such, because even my nephews will want their toys open, right? So you need a screwdriver, you need something that actually can cut and everything. There you go.
Oh yeah.
It's a big box of stuff.
Now you gotta put it together, Pablo.
That's the fun that I will have. If you have never done that with a package that you want to open quick, it actually works. I want to see the Green Goblin.
Too good.
Yeah, but
yes, it is, Eric K. Yes, it is. Yeah. Hey, Claude Parrish, how you doing?
Hey.
Dude.
Speaking of Green Goblins.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the Green Goblin at all.
No. What's with that hat? It looks like a hat. I know it's a hat, but it looks like a hat.
I have no idea. It's pointy ears. For some reason, the Green Goblin has pointy ears.
It's a weird hat.
They went literal.
Yeah, they did go literal.
These Chinese knockoffs are really, really crazy, to be honest, but the Spider-Man is actually really cool. Goddamn camera focus. But can you see it? It's actually really nice. It's from the Marvel movie, so obviously it's a more modern version. By the way, the other night, I thought I need some Christmas cheer. I actually watched the Spider-Man No Way Home movie as a Christmas movie, and it works. It works perfectly. There's a lot of heart on the movie. There's a lot of good vibes on the movie. That the glider is really difficult. I don't think I will waste your time.
You lost sound.
Yeah. Did I lose sound?
I hear you.
Okay.
Who? Am I the only one not being heard? Right in the private chat.
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
I can't hear anyone.
Oh, wow.
Everyone speak.
Hello.
La.
Speaking.
Okay, let me exit out.
Yeah. For some reason, the glider has a face, an angry face.
And the horns, the bull horns, right?
Yeah, there's the bull horns and everything. Yes, it's. Why do Chinese people think that superheroes are like this? I don't know, but bless them. It's creative. Let's be honest, for a long time, the creativity on toys have been stagnated, especially on the Marvel toys. I have been looking for some. The quality is terrible. I found some of the 2020-ish toys. You know, the ones that come in a blister and have not so many articulations and everything. And it has been a real waste of time because the quality is not there and is proper Marvel. I'm paying for Disney products, for Hasbro products. I should get something really nice, right? That's
you would think.
Yeah. The quality is horrible, so I'm really really mad about what Disney is doing with that, because the toys are the best part of what they had. They have wasted how many things? Star Wars, Marvel, uh, Avatar was lame, but toys, that's something that for a long time we had really good toys. Not anymore. That's sad. Yeah, I don't think for the next week I will have it completely assembled, because I don't think I
Well,
will.
Pablo, unless you want
Yeah.
to buy the new Lobo premium statue from Sideshow, that's like 15, 16, $1,800.
That exists.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how to share screen. I'm going to pull it up here and maybe I can share the link in the private chat. Somebody can click on it. I'll pull it up while you're talking.
Wow, that was
yeah.
really, really strange. For some reason, I couldn't hear anyone. And then I backed out, and then I was just like, what the hell is going on here? Like, and I came back in, and then it was playing what would I hear in my headphones? It was playing off of my desktop. So yeah, I backed out again, checked my sig. I don't know what happened, but it was just all strange.
That's really weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
Yeah. But anyways, I mean, do we? I saw your show out the Legos. I mean, do we have anything else we wanna?
Oh,
Go
if you
with?
want something sweet, I can show you
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, show me something
weird,
sweet.
Yeah, I was thinking about just eating this, but what? Why the hell not? Is the Simpsons lollipop
Oh
or something like that?
yeah, show it off.
Yeah, it was a buck.
So who'd you get?
It comes with really messy die. Okay, this could go like the. Let's make a bet. Is this more like the Sonic Popsicle, or does this look decent?
Sonic
Looks
Pop.
good.
Sonic Popsicle. Okay, somebody says it will looks good. I think Nick did. Let's see which one is it. Sonic Popsicle.
Oh,
Oh my God,
that
that's
looks
horrible.
awful.
That
Ay,
is
caramba.
horrible.
That's awful to look
Ouch.
at. Wow, that is. Oh
It's
wow.
like it melted 4 times and they put it back together.
Wow.
No.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, Bart is not happy.
Wow. Let's.
All right.
Well,
We're
I
gonna
private
look
chatted
at.
something that looks
Yeah.
good.
We're gonna look
Click
at
on
this
that,
one
Nick.
last thing, and then we're gonna get on. We're gonna get on
But I-
plugging away. So
Yeah.
for all our Lobo fans in the chat, we all love our hot toys here, and well, yeah, obviously the detail on this is pretty absolutely insane. You even got a bulldog with it. I want the bulldog actually.
He's
You
got a
can buy
dolphin.
it without the
He's got
dolphins.
dolphins,
Those are
right?
the super duper deluxe version. Yeah, and then the one without the dolphins. Yeah.
This is nuts. Seriously,
Yeah,
the amount
that's
of
insane.
detail on this is absolutely
Well,
crazy.
If you're going for Lobo, you got to have the dolphins.
You do got the dolphins. I agree. Yeah, this is a wonderful looking figure, and I know I want to do another. Oh, Eric K. For $2. Told Nick to clean his earwax up before, so you son of a bitch. Thank you for $2, Eric. You crazy son of a bitch. Oh, love you, man. I cannot wait to hear that. No, see you in person and hang out. But guys, it's a great last thing to look at. Yeah, I know, right? The money for this is absolutely crazy. Almost $2,000. Obviously, it's sold out. They probably made like 20 of these, if we're being fair here. So,
Yeah.
all right,
Was it Michael,
guys.
the 2000.
2,000.
Is that all?
Oh, they're
no,
like
there's
300.
300 of them.
Limit 300. Wow. So 300 people spent $2,000 now. Okay. I stand corrected. So, anyways, guys, it's been good. It's been fun. It's been fantastic. Next week, we're going to be touching the source material, the actual comic books of Christmas stuff. And you know what? It was nice to not only do a media-based episode, but also on some DC stuff because we've not done a lot of DC topics. So this is nice to have that for a change tonight. So it was fun. Had a lot of great faces in chat. Phantom Outsider, Stephen M, Captain Skywalker. I see you guys all killing it the comments. Lord Thought, if you're still alive and out there. See you guys killing all those amazing comments. I love seeing that kind of input in the chat. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for the super chats as well. Thank you guys for just hanging out with us for 2.5 hours. Whether you're here for all of it, portion of it, teensy bit of it, I'm just happy to have you here. And tonight was great. And I look forward to next week when we talk some comic books again. And it'll be the day before Christmas Eve. So we got to go out huge before Christmas Eve on the 23rd. And with all that said, I'll let our gentlemen get us out of here, and I'll start off with our guest, Mr. Dave. Any final words?
Hey, no, I guess I have to say for the theme of the night, I did a little reverse on my order of liking the episodes.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'm gonna put Comfort and Joy at number 1, just barely. The Superman at Home got me, inviting Martian Manhunter over, the Humanite helping out at the end, and Martian Manhunter singing with the cat. Nick, you brought this up. A couple other people did as well. That cat thing was kind of cool, and at the end, that got me. So, as far as the theme of the night, that was just for me. But just the other thing that you and I had talked about, this part right here, and the DMs. Do you want me to do that later on the private chat, or?
Yeah, let the private chat know.
Yeah,
if they want, I'll let them have first crack at it.
Okay. Well, they know now.
All right, good. No, let him know what it. Yeah, because I'm sure one of these guys would love to have that. Seriously, no, dude, it was a pleasure hanging out with you again. We will, of course, do this again down the road when time allows it. So I appreciate you taking the time to hang out with us. This is another fun edition, and I look forward to when our cross paths again, not only in the comic shop top, but hopefully one day in the flesh. A man can dream.
Yes, well, I almost came on to the Amon Ara concert. How was that? Anyway?
Yeah. Which one? Mono Mars. Oh, dude, it was great. That was actually my first time seeing them ever. Like ever. It was great. I loved it. I really loved it, and I would highly recommend seeing them live if you haven't ever done that. It was absolutely incredible. I've always liked them, but that show really came out for me liking them even more so. So, all right.
I want to thank the chat real quick. Everybody there.
Yeah.
I know from a long time, Vince, Phantom, Eric, everybody. Thank you for coming on and being a part of the show.
Yeah, no, and thank you for being a part of our show tonight, sir. You take care in case I don't talk to you. Merry Christmas, but I'm sure we'll be talking soon. We have a gilded message that we keep in touch on. So
yes, sir.
All right. Iron Kester.
Why, hello there, everyone. You could I'll be tomorrow. I'll be on with the T-shirt historian for the Weekend Geek, where we delve into a lot of tabletop RPG talk. Let's see, we're kind of settling in with some Tuesday. We have normally we talk hard with Pops and Loki, but unfortunately we're on a bit of a Christmas hiatus for the holidays. And one of those fires I've got in the works that I was talking about was doing a little show to go through and talk about some of this Kamen Rider I've been talking about lately. I've been going on about how much I'm just sick of talking. I hate watching stuff. I don't want to hate watching stuff and go on about like, oh, I hate this, I hate that. It's like I had to find something else. And so this year I started watching some other stuff. I delved into the realm of tokusatsu with the Japanese superheroes, so I figured, what the heck is out there? And I found a long-running series that's been going for now 50 years that has a lot available, some of which you can go watch now for free. Like you don't even have to pay a subscription fee to go watch some of the stuff on Tubi. So I think it would be a good idea to come and talk about something different and try to get into, some pretty good special effects shows, like stuff that was airing at the same time as like the CW. And then they ran for like 50 episodes. Then you realize, wait, they have better special effects. They have multiple action scenes an episode. They run for an entire year. And there are so many of these little series that like I can kind of pick and choose as I want. I don't have to have a whole spider web of continuity of like, where do I start with the MCU with all these 50 streaming shows? It's like, sign me up. I want to check this out. I want to look at these cool superhero suits.
All right. Killer. I love it, Caster. Well, sir, it's been good. It's been fun. You have a great weekend. I know I'm going to see you next week. We're going to be hanging out, and it's going to be amazing. So you have a great weekend, and we will talk soon, sir. And keep up those shows. We need stuff to the other side.
We need the positive.
All right, Pablo.
Hey, Midnight Site Español tomorrow, where Diego won't be present, but we will still be doing some craziness, including talking about Avatar: The Way of the PP. It was an interesting movie. By the way, the glider is almost done, so I wanted to show it. Yeah, bullhorns.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, there they are.
Yep.
That's different. Wow,
It's completely different. Yeah, but Midnight Site Español, we will be talking about some fun stuff. And then, my channel, I guess Mama Susan is no longer pulling my ear because of the nudity, but I need to find something that Mama Susan will not be angry and I can do, or I will go full Gundam and screw it. Either way, my channel will do something soon. So that will be. Man, this has been a really crazy week with a lot of really hard stuff happening. And being here talking about cartoons and toys is great. It's just the moment that I needed. So as always, friends, just thank you very much for being here, and thanks for just hearing me ramble about crazy stuff.
Oh, man.
Oh, of course, dude. It's been fun, and I can't wait till we do part 2 next week. I think we're gonna have an even better episode next week. You have a great weekend. Thank you as always for your input, your output. And we're going to make this one huge for next week. And we're going to go out with a Christmas Eve bang. Nice. All right. Klobby.
Well, thanks for having me, buddy. I really enjoyed hanging out with my good buddies on the Friday night Christmas. Friday night comic book shop channel, the special Christmas issue, I should say, right? Really appreciated it, guys. And of course, what a great chat we have there. You guys are fantastic, and I hope you all have a Merry Christmas week, because we've got a whole week of Christmas coming up. I'll do my part. Tomorrow night, of course, Saturday Night Star Trek will be a regular episode where we review 4 more episodes of Deep Space Nine. Raquel and I on Saturday Night Star Trek, 9 p.m. Central. And then Monday, I have 2 shows. I'm going to have a Klobby's Classic Comics, Christmas Comics, I should say, double feature at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. The great J-Man, my good buddy, and I will be reviewing Brave and the Bold number 148, the craziest Christmas comic you're ever going to want to read, by the great Bob Haney, the zany Bob Haney. It's called The Wacky World of Bob Haney. I've talked a little bit about that to you before. He writes he's a golden, silver, bronze age writer who wrote the most outrageously crazy stories you're ever going to read in comics. I mean, they truly are something. And this is a Christmas issue. Brave and the Bold number 148, Batman and Plastic Man. It's wacky. It's a wacky Batman and Plastic Man Christmas. I think it's called When the Mob Stole Christmas, something crazy like that. It's nuts. And then later at 9 p.m. Central, I will be back on for my standard time for Mark C. Comics Talk, in which I will review the Alex Ross Paul Dini classic Superman Peace on Earth. And then, of course, Wednesday night, I'll be on at 9, and the wonderful, lovely Purple Valkyrie and I will review the special comics with the Santa Doctor Doom crossover from an old comic from the 90s. So that's just a lot of Christmas comics reviews next week. Then, of course, with you guys next week, a week from tonight. Can't wait for that.
Oh, I cannot wait. It's going to be a great clubby. It's been fun. It's been great hanging with you a lot this week between here, Toxic Tuesday.
Thank you, buddy.
Midnight's Edge After Dark. You have a great weekend. I'll see you soon, as always, because I'm sure between you and I, obviously with the show, but obviously Midnight's Edge, we're gonna have a lot to say in the next few weeks, and we're the right guys for it. So take care, sir, and absolutely annihilate it on Saturday Night Star Trek, which I know you will. That's it's like come on, Snow is White. No, Spider-Man sticks to walls. I know you will. All right, guys. Anyways, tomorrow night or afternoon, I'll be hanging out on the Legion of Memers. I'll be hanging out the Legion. I cannot wait. I'm excited about this. And Monday, I'll be hanging out with That 70s Rock Fan. We're going to be talking Black Sabbath, the Dio years. And, of course, you can find me at Midnight's Edge After Dark, yelling at Park Cars, the Comics Division, here on the Comic Shop Talk next week for the Part 2 edition. And, of course, Toxic Tuesday, we'll be talking National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. And I'm finally going to start, hopefully, doing videos again. Keywords, hopefully. So, fingers crossed on that. Anyways, everything else is solidified, guaranteed. Guys, thank you for supporting the show. Seriously, again, I appreciate it.
What's the one for tomorrow?
Legion of Memers.
How are we going to find that?
I will post the link in the private chat.
You're going to do that. You're doing that. Oh, okay.
Oh no, the Legion's hosting. I'm gonna be on their channel. I'm gonna be on their channel.
I was a little confused.
Yeah. I'll be on their channel, so I'll be a guest on their show. So I can't wait. I'm excited. I've been waiting for this for about a month now, so it's been great. Once again, guys, the Cocktail Lounge is still going on. Matt from Foulball Productions. There's also a Doomcock show. So there's stuff to do. You know, we love having you here, but there's no reason for you to stay here. Yes, Commodore, it's gonna be a blast. So until then, guys. Christmas Vacation is going to be a blast. But until then, guys, this is goodbye. This is goodbye.